And we're live. That's the first time I've ever seen that thing pop up like that. Said you're live. I've never seen that before.
New feature online.
No, I've never seen that feature. It shot me. A little block popped up and said you're live.
Ooh. That was nice of them.
I don't think we're live.
We're not live.
We're not
live now.
We could be live. Maybe.
I don't know.
I see activity in the chat.
Are we live or is it live? I'm not sure.
Are we live?
Are we live?
I hate English.
English is a bad language.
I'm going to a row of rowboats.
That's a homograph, like record and record, where it can be pronounced two different ways.
Homograph?
Yeah.
Why do you always do that to us, Gene?
What?
He just tries to educate us.
Well, this is what they teach you in like middle school English.
Well, not in my middle school.
In fact, I actually think they teach you this in elementary school. Like,
what use are we?
Antonyms and synonyms and homonyms, and then you have homophones and homographs.
Hey,
what?
That's not.
Whoa,
hey,
don't be homophobic.
I said homo, not.
Whoa, calm down. Whoa,
what?
Gee whiz. We're family friendly here now. Here at the Wood. We're all like G-rated and yay.
Rated G. We're not cursing all night tonight.
Yep. Let's see how long this lasts.
We're all gonna have to wear shock collars, and every time one of us curses, we're gonna have to electrocute ourselves.
You just put me in an electric chair and just flick the switch at this point. I'm a dead man walking.
And the harsh reality is that, like, how people cope with pain is cursing. So you're gonna curse when you feel the shock, and then get shocked again.
Vicious cycle.
Let me ask you a serious question, John. Do you normally say cursing or cussing?
Cursing.
Cursing. I think I say cussing most of the time, to be honest with you.
I think nerdy fuckers and like old women say
Shab.
Shabby's blowing us out.
What?
Oh, Shabby.
You ruined it, Shab.
Shabooby.
What?
Why?
Ruined it with his nerdophobia.
You did the swears.
Shab.
Oh wait, fuck. I mean,
we legitimately made it freaking minutes before.
I didn't even notice I cussed. I just said he's a nerd. Is a nerd? Wait, is nerd a cuss word?
You said the F word, buddy.
You threw the F-bomb in there.
Oh,
conjunction with the
oopsie. Shabisky did an oopsie.
That's why we need a long intro, a 5-minute long intro.
Yeah, 20-minute long intro.
Yeah.
Dude, Shabisky, if nerds didn't exist, who would like program your video games?
Me.
That you play?
Me.
Who would write up the code for the interface for like YouTube?
I would get my robot to do it for me.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh. Yep. Who would engineer the robots?
Me.
I don't think you could read the books that give you the information that you need to know in order to do those things.
Okay, I know how to do stuff. Shut up.
Well, that must be an idiot in the chat room or some. What's this rando stream about? It's not a random stream. This is a show that we do 4 nights a week. So
this episode is about meth.
Yeah.
It is about meth.
Yeah.
Be nice, Foz.
Actually, I did want to talk about a redneck though. Did you hear about this? The redneck jihadist dude today in DC.
My neck's kind of red. See?
No.
Oh, you didn't hear about it? Oh, they had okay. Well, first of all, he I guess he Facebook Lived it or whatever. He's in a pickup truck, and he claimed, I'm not sure if he had a truck full of explosions.
Oh my!
And they shut down the whole Capitol today.
I always wanted to drive a truck full of explosives into a Capitol and see what would happen.
And guess what his reasons was? He wanted Biden to step down.
All right. Well, you know what? It is not actually hitting. Oh, yep. Man arrested after bomb threat near U.S. Capitol.
Yep.
Oh, he's in a pickup truck. So
yeah, he was in a pickup truck. He said he had enough explosives to take out 2 blocks, is what he claimed.
Nah,
I don't know exactly what he had in the truck. I don't know.
Yeah. I think he had his ego and a bunch of bullshit in the truck with him because unless he had a small tac nuke, I don't see how he's taken out a. Well, then again, he might have had some really energetic explosives and made the truck out of the explosives. Man who claimed to have a bomb in a pickup truck near the U.S. Capitol has been taken into custody after a 5-hour standoff that paralyzed a section of Washington for much of the day. Okay.
Yeah, it was. It took them a while. I went on Twitter and they had a little live feed on Twitter today, and it wasn't reporters or anything. It was just showing, like, that showed a couple of police cars, and it was just a camera. And there was this one black lady, dude. She wasn't on camera, but you could hear her talking, and she was fucking hilarious. I was sitting there laughing my ass. She was saying, "It's them damn jihadists. Jihadists."
Mhm.
Less than 1% of all terrorist attacks in the U.S. are Islamic terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
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 But you know what? If you want to create an efficient explosion, you need to take one of those like trailers, like your typical U-Haul trucks,
Gene,
and you
stop
need
trying to teach people how to do bad
fill
things.
it with
Gene.
methane. You fill
Stop
it with
it,
manure,
Gene.
and there you go.
God.
You got a mega bomb.
No.
And welcome to the watch
No.
list.
What
We're on
technically
several watch
is
lists.
considered a terrorist attack? What technically makes it a terrorist attack?
I think it's just as long as there's violence involved in the intent to kill for some kind of like
Political
ideology of any kind. I mean,
yeah, that was what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure.
So I think sorry.
I thought terrorism had to do with trying to push some political.
Any kind of ideology. You're right. But any kind of
part of it.
Yeah.
Definition.
Yeah, it's a big part of it.
Yeah,
like
Gene,
I know there's been like
definitions, Gene.
There's been like incel terrorist attacks. Like a incel will drive over 3 people with a car, and they'll consider that a terrorist attack.
But religious ideology, there's a lot of religious ideologies too that terrorist attacks with. So it isn't just political. But if you look at it in certain ways, Shab is correct because I think religious is political.
Well, you could argue that like any ideology is political.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the actual definition, though. If somebody runs over a couple of people and they call it terrorism, that's probably just defining it wrong. I think it's legal, or if you look at the definition, that's part of it.
Okay, so
it's trying to make political change.
According to the FBI.org, they have 2 different definitions. They have international terrorism and domestic terrorism. International terrorism is violent criminal acts committed by individuals and or groups who are inspired by or associated with designated foreign terrorist organizations or nations. And then domestic terrorism is violent or criminal acts committed by individuals and or groups to further ideological goals stemming from domestic influence, such as those of political, religious, social, racial, or environmental nature.
Yes, so they have broadened the definition of what terrorism was to such an extent that they can just arbitrarily assign the status of terrorist to whoever they fucking want, which is very convenient to do if you're a government. But if you go and look at in several dictionaries, you'll find a very specific term for what terrorism is. What you just read is the FBI's definition, and that's fine. They're allowed to define anything the way they fucking like. They've got lots of guns. I'm not going to argue with them. Okay, or a van might pull up out the front. It could be a florist van. It could be a TV repairman, and then my house blows up. So yeah, I can you take me off that watch list, please, FBI? Because I'm not with John.
You won't be so worried about your roof then.
Like if a crazy person, like a school shooting, if a crazy person just goes in and kills a bunch of people, they won't consider it a terrorist attack. So usually there has to be some ideology, or I'm doing this because of X. So I guess there needs to be that component.
Yeah, it's the original definition was something along the lines of using violence to try and bring about change, a political.
Well, that's one reason I asked the questions, because we do change the meanings of things so much now that terrorism doesn't have the same meaning it did when I was 15.
Well, that's etymology, how words change meaning over time.
But
and
now Galen just sent me on the same definition that you just read too, John. So yeah, it's and I'm not sure, but Landon maybe join us the second hour, maybe.
All right. Yeah, I'd say that the term's been expanded over the last since it was first used to,
especially since 9/11, really, right? Yeah.
Well, we live on a planet and we're all aware of each other now, and it's sort of we're watching things happen halfway around the world in real time now. There's no delay, because news used to trickle around the world, and then we got telegraphs, and that really made things a lot faster than shipping letters back on a freaking tall ship. And now we've got to adapt to this new world, we've had to come up with new definitions to label things, and terrorism seems to be it was expanded because of necessity, I guess.
Yeah. Well, man, it's like
the definition of terrorism, I should say, is expanded somewhat.
And say terrorism, dude, we have a damn near terrorist attack every day in America. We just don't know about it.
Well, interesting enough, PETA is actually classified as a terrorist organization by the FBI.
Wait, isn't the Juggalos considered a terrorist organization?
Yeah. But PETA, they actually will destroy research centers, so they actually will.
That is true. Yeah. But I think the Juggalos are considered a terrorist organization.
Yeah, because at one time, someone in authorities probably seen that there were a few thousand of them, so they could potentially take over the country and shit. I don't know, something silly. But
Dave, have you ever sat and talked to a real Juggalo?
Well, in Australia, there's not too many.
Well, yeah. Juggalos. Well, I was on a bus, right, with Graham, and I hung out with a Juggalo for like fucking a day and a half. One of the coolest people I've ever met, actually. He was cool as that, and I said it, and I was like, you know me, I'm really like one of those. I like to really talk to people, and I was basically interviewing his ass. I was like asking all kind of questions because I do not get the Juggalo lifestyle. I think they're weird and goofy.
How old was this Juggalo?
He was probably a little younger than me.
All right.
He's probably 35, 36, something like that. This was a few years ago, too. So
I remember Juggalos used to have a pretty bad reputation for a while there. Here's my theory of what's happened I'm now 50 when the Insane Clown Posse came out. I was a lot younger. These dudes are now 40 and 50 years old. I know a couple of them have got kids.
Uh-huh.
All right. So their priorities are definitely changed from getting really high and fucking hotties to, hey, I've got to make sure there's food on the table for my family. Yeah. Right. And all of the Juggalos now are also probably got kids, and they're going to these festivals instead of running amok. They're probably sitting around going, oh, fuck, my back's sore. Let's fucking cook a fucking barbecue and shit.
Yeah. Well, they're not trying about this. Hardcore punks when they're young, right? Most of them
look at Johnny.
They got fucking jobs and
Johnny Rotten gets wheeled out on stage with a fucking tank of oxygen now, for fuck's sake.
I mean, we all get old. That's one thing we cannot stop. We all get old. We all stop. And believe it or not, I know a lot of young people don't think this. I used to think the same way. I know you did, Red Eye. Used to think you wouldn't change your thought, the way you look at the world.
Nah.
You do. You do.
No, I got everything figured out.
Yes, John. Of course you do.
Yeah,
of course you do, John.
You definitely look at things different as you get older. You become jaded on some things. You become smarter on some things. You become. I mean, I think I've become better on a lot of things. I also think I've become worse on a lot of things.
Yeah, there's a few things that I really need to work on, and one of them is how much I do not give a fucking shit about identity politics. It's just, and that upsets a lot of people. And it's not because it's just because I'm worn out. It's like, been hearing about it for so fucking long. And then I heard Morgan Freeman just say, why can't we just stop talking about it and actually just deal with all the problems and get on with shit? And I thought that was a really good way of thinking about it. But apparently, not everybody thinks that's a good idea either.
We're in a different world now, buddy. We're in a different world now.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was watching. There's a new show on BT there's a comic, by the way. I've mentioned her before, but she's actually quickly become one of my favorite comics. Her name is Miss Pat. You ever seen her? Big black woman.
It's Pat.
No, Miss Pat. Dude,
No,
she's fucking hilarious, right? She's got a great life story. She used to be a drug dealer. She got shot and she had to lose one of her nipples because she got shot. She's got a great fucking life story, but now she's got a sitcom on BT Plus. Well, I seen that, and I even signed up for the 7-day free trial today because I just wanted to see it because I like her so much. And the show is hilarious. They had a whole episode based on pronouns, identity, all that shit. And she's like old school. She didn't mean no harm by the words she said, but of course they got offended because the words were, hurtful to them. Like her daughter was gay. Came out as gay, and she said things. And then one of her daughter's friend was gender neutral, and she called it gender Neutrogena. She kept calling it gender Neutrogena, and it was funny as hell. But and honestly, the way she is in this episode reminds me of me and you, to be honest with you, Red Eye, because sometimes we say things that we don't, in our minds and hearts, we don't mean any harm about it.
No.
At all. But we're old school motherfuckers that don't realize that we are hurting people.
Yeah. And sometimes words hurt. I get that.
Yeah, and we're trying. We're trying, like, when you said something that one night where I can't remember what it was, and Miss Parker explained and you understood. We I've done the same thing. Like in the episode, she even said the R word, right? And they all like, "Oh my god!" And, yeah.
But Miss Parker also got that I truly.
Yes.
I said I'm standing looking at a fish tank. I live in, and I acknowledge that I live in a very special part of the world. That's this small thin strip. We're hemmed in by a national park, so we can't become a fucking massive metropolis like most of the other cities in Australia. Like, we're only pushing under 1 million people for this whole strip, and it's like a 50-kilometre long strip, and it's really thin, and it's very multicultural.
Yeah.
And I grew up in the
hood, and I don't understand a lot of it.
Yeah, and I honestly, my mum must have just taught me some really valuable lessons when I was early about not judging books by their cover.
Yeah.
That's the most simple way I can put it.
John Morgan. You can judge John Morgan.
Yeah, and Monty's also given me instead of just going, oh, fuck, another idiot that doesn't fucking get it, because I live halfway around the world in a totally different environment. He's took the time to explain what he has to go through just to go exercise. And I'm like, that's
crazy.
That you've got to worry about what you're wearing, how your hair is,
how you put
look on your
on
face, how he looks when he's going for his walks. So he says, well, I've got to make sure this expression on my face is somewhat not neutral, not too lit. He's got to make sure he's walking a certain way that doesn't seem aggressive. He's got to take like 50 different factors in just to walk down the fucking street. And it's like, seriously, I'll walk out in Ugg boots and tracksuit pants and a t-shirt, and I'm not giving a fucking shit. And I'm like, I can walk around being a miserable cunt, and I don't worry about any of the things that Monty has to worry about or Miss Parker have to take into consideration. And I get that now.
Real quick, I want to read something. Galen sent me something on Twitter. It says a UN panel on March 17th, 2005 described terrorism as any act intended to cause death or serious bodily harm to civilians or non-combatants with the purpose of intimidating a population or compelling a government or an international organization to do or abstain from doing any act.
Yeah, that's kind of where that's the.
Thank you, Galen, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to commit a terrorist attack, I don't think explosions are the way to go. I'd go with like chemical weapons. They're much easier to produce.
Teach people how to do things.
Well, thanks. That's another watch list. Now we're on the explosive watch list and the chemical watch list now, John. Jesus.
By the way, the Random Explorer, so he's been watching. I've been a fan of Miss Pat for a while. Yeah, dude. If anybody, like, I know you like comedy stuff, right? If you go YouTube Miss Pat sometime, dude, you'll fucking laugh your ass off.
Yeah, I know.
She was on Joe Rogan's show a couple times too.
Joe's had her on. She's got something to fucking offer.
Actually, how I found out about her was on the Joe Rogan show, and I was like, when I heard her, I was like, this motherfucker is funny, and she actually makes me belly laugh, and that's and that's hard to do for me. She makes me belly laugh. Gets a good chuckle from me, and I like her a lot. It's also my style, like that hood shit. I like this shit. I like that hood comedy. That's what I am. So there you go.
Yeah. No, I'm still watching episodes of Forget About It. I don't know why I'm just loving that show so much. It's because I think they just don't give a fuck. And it was made several years ago now. So it's just from an era of just before everyone started to get like, oh, you can't say that. It's like these people there's names for stereotypical fucking. I love it. It's just genuinely funny, and it's just everyone gets offended. It's like no one's safe.
Yeah, up until today, until I started watching that show, I haven't really been watching anything. Well, all I've been doing lately is, I don't want to talk about some of the shit I've been doing, but is listening to pro wrestling podcasts, but about past wrestling and stuff, and like Jim Cornette and Eric Bischoff and all them, and Jeff Jarrett. I've listened to his podcast lately, and it's good stuff. If you like wrestling,
you and Ben really need to just do a create a fucking channel, advertise it on here and Ben's channel,
wouldn't be a bad idea. It wouldn't be a bad idea.
And just do a wrestling show, because some of your fans don't like wrestling. But some do. Yeah. And you might actually draw in a bunch of different folks that just enjoy wrestling and want to.
Community,
No, wrestling's fake, Tim.
Yeah,
no, it's fake.
Yeah, I do. So is all those movies you watch.
Yeah. Hey, I hope Shabisky hasn't fallen in the toilet. Do we need to send Baywatch? No, here he is. He's okay. Hey, Shab.
He was massaging his balls.
My balls are getting tingly, and it's that time of the month. Yeah. So I had to go do my thing.
He had to release the juice, the human seed.
Yeah, I had to release my pimp juice, Gene.
Whoa.
Yeah. Wait, I was looking for my orange juice.
Damn.
I released my pimp juice all over John Moron's face. It was hot.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what Shab fantasizes about whenever he's doing his work. He's always like, oh, yeah, he's got a photo of me on his wall.
Yeah. Man, I do. I have a photo in each one of my rooms of you, John.
Oh, that's hot.
Every room I go to, I get to see you. Dude, I said, by the way, I said something. Sometimes I don't know how to curb my mouth. And somebody asked me the other day what their girl, he said, what do you think about my girlfriend? I said, she's nice. What do you think of what she looks like? And I said something I shouldn't have said. I told him she looked like a turtle without a shell.
Oh.
She looks like a turtle. She looks like a turtle without a shell.
You just said it again, and you just said before you said it again, I shouldn't have said this, and then you said it again anyway. Interesting. You're funny.
I hope so. I'm trying to be.
That's all right. It's been a awesome fucking 18 months of cabin fever for everybody.
Shabisky, virtually hug me, Shabisky.
Oh, well, yeah, that's.
Whoa! Get your finger out of my butt.
You guys really need to work on your
I'm not good
spatial awareness.
I'm not good on my direction.
Pimp's like.
I'm like everywhere.
Look at how small Shab's arms are.
Whoa, you calm down,
Wow.
Gene. I'm big and tough. Okay.
I'm like an autistic monkey.
You kidding?
I don't know if I probably should have
Oh,
said
that was ableist.
Oh, damn, man. We went from starting out so well, and then Shab took us down a dark road, and here we are now.
I bet you think that all autistic people like Sonic and Pokemon too.
I thought making fun of autistic people's fine. I thought making fun of monkeys were bad.
Oh, okay. Man. Shab, quick, we need to take everybody's mind off what was just said. Show us them guns again. Like,
Well, Shab's white, so it's okay to call him sneaky.
I got a baby.
Damn. Have you got licenses for them guns?
No.
Is that your?
I'm
your
a criminal.
This is actually my towel. I don't know if you know this, John, but when I'm at the house and stuff, I always carry a towel. It's like my Linus blanket. I've been doing this since I was like 12 years old. I don't know why I do that, but I've been doing it. Dude, on a bus, people when I'm traveling, or airplane, train, anything, I'll even carry a bath cloth in my bag so I can grab it sometimes and just hold it on the bus.
So you're like Linus from
Yeah, that's my Linus blanket in a way.
Dude, just get a whole bunch of these towels done and just get some eyes sewn on them so you can have towel. And it's just don't forget to take a towel.
Yeah.
Do you think Linus from Charlie Brown? Do you think he has schizophrenia?
I think. See, now you're being a schizophrenicus.
Well, he believes in the Great Pumpkin, and it's like seems like it's a genuine delusion that he has.
I think the dude that created Charlie Brown was high.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen the Flash Gits fucking cartoon of Charlie Brown and Snoopy? Oh, fuck, it's good. It's like Snoopy basically drops mustard gas on German troops in a trench and then shoots Linus down. It's funny as fuck. If you haven't seen it,
Flash Gits. That's not true, Random Explorer. I have used the towel to masturbate, but that's not why I have the towel. But I do have a masturbation towel story.
Oh.
It is funny as fuck.
Thanks, Random.
When I first got my computer, first time I ever got my very first computer, I didn't know how to do nothing. I didn't even know how to turn the son of a bitch on. But my cousin and her boyfriend lived with us. So he came in there and he showed me how to work the computer and everything. At that point, really ain't fucking important. However, hold up. Anyway, I discovered porn, right? On computer. Now, this was back in dial-up days, too, so I was mainly looking at pictures, not videos. And so I
slowly
jerk
loading
off.
pictures.
Yeah, but I'd have the towel, right? And I'd jerk off into my towel. Well, I throw the towel over in the corner. But everybody knows I carry a towel, right? Everybody knows. I also had my other towel with me. And Trey knew that I was getting that. Well, we were out of clean towels, so he ran in and just go grab my towel to dry off with. He took a shower. He grabbed the wrong towel. And I walked in with my towel. I was like, where'd you get that towel? And he had this motherfucker all over his face and head.
Delicious.
It was my cum towel.
Mm.
And I told him, I said, that's my cum towel. This motherfucker ran right back to the shower.
Yep.
It was hilarious.
I think if you want to commit a terrorist tech pimp, what you need to do is go in a heavily populated area, masturbate in the towel. It will create a panic.
No. Don't worry, I fixed it. I fixed the problem.
Thank you. Put him in the terrorist gulag.
Yeah, this piece of shit.
We need the terrorism.
No more of that, James.
that was that. I hope nobody clips that shit. We need the terrorism.
I'm gonna make a song out of it.
That's just gonna. Oh, did you see? We won't mention any names, but I was looking online today and I see one of our associates has posted an interesting thing. Someone's basically trying to get Bloodsports Mark II going and offering money to fly people out to fight them. It's like, we already back to this part of the cycle.
Doing that, right?
Oh, didn't I? No.
No, we can mention it. We can mention it. We can talk about it. Yeah, Nick.
Maybe.
Shabisky ruined my joke.
Let's challenge him, pimp.
Yeah, he don't want to fight me. Which honestly, I haven't fought in many, many years. I may not even be able to fight now.
Yeah. I'd probably have a heart attack and die.
But if that dude let me get a hold of him, I'd destroy his fucking ass.
How tall is Negs? I could kick his ass. I'll take him on. Let's do it, pimp.
No, see, honestly, if you fought Negs, though, here's the deal. I may get mad at you and yell at you sometimes, but if you fought Negs and he accidentally did win and hurt you, I would have to fly out and kick his ass.
I say we challenge them to Nerf gunfights.
Because my little brother, I may can yell at you and pick on you a little bit, but he can't.
Yeah.
I want to beat him up. I want to show everyone how much of a bitch he is.
Dude, that would just make you look like a bitch, Shab.
Well, that's
you get beat up in the
By the way,
process.
I'm not talking shit.
Yeah, we're not. I just thought it was funny.
No shit. You can. You guys can talk shit. I did make a vow that as long as he didn't talk shit about me, I would leave him the fuck alone.
I'm just commenting on the whole Blood Sports Mark II situation and thought it was funny how I just saw challenges being issued and flights will be paid for, and then if it was successful, you got to pay for your own way over next time, and you'll only get paid if you perform well. I'm like,
it's
just like, well, look, it's all about the click.
I mean, I'll say that. Yeah, I'll say that. He get mad at that if he wants. Everyone get clicks with all this drama shit, and that's good for
and more power to him.
Them. That's
more
awesome.
Power to him.
But it's awesome. No, I'm not. I'm not dissing it. But that I think that he's just doing a publicity stunt there.
Let me know if the event's streamed.
Because most people ain't gonna fly out to fight you.
Well,
what they call it, clout fights or some shit.
Yeah,
and it's not even an original idea. It's not even an original idea.
I'd fly out to fight Shabisky.
They should get Tonkasaw to be the MC.
All I have to do is knock off your glasses, and I basically won.
Oh. See, look at how ableist Shab is. He thinks that just because somebody has glasses.
Where's my glasses?
Does certain people know that, for instance, like Frank actually throws axes for fun, like legit does demonstrations on how to lob axes and make axes stick into things? Do they realize this? So if they got him in a ring and took the axes out of his hands, then Frank's just got like no weight and these muscly arms and just start going bang bang. And why would you want to take on a guy with hand-eye coordination who can throw fucking axes and gives demonstrations doing that? I would politely decline Frank in a fist fight.
I'm
I don't think they really do either.
This is gonna piss him off. I know it. I don't think Nick's wants to fight anybody.
Look, it's a good publicity stunt because we're talking about it. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I don't think
Negs would break his hip if he tried to fight someone.
He needs the woman. He needs the woman to comb over and stop.
Look, if it was
that was a joke, by the way.
If there was a boxing match between Frank and Negs, I'd be putting $20 on Frank to walk out of that fucking ring.
Hey, Negs may be a kung fu master. I don't fucking know.
That's cool. He's still got to get close enough to Frank to fucking hit him.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if Negs is a tough guy or not. I just don't think he really wants to fight him. I think it's publicity stuff, which a lot of people do. I mean, he may be a tough dude. I don't know. But now I don't understand why he would pick Frank to fight because Frank don't even look like a pussy.
Nah. Well, none of those guys really look like pussies when you go in with
a
Billy and the
rest. Pussy. Yeah,
no. I don't think he looks like a pussy.
Anna kind of looks like a pussy.
No.
She's got one.
Yeah, but she don't look.
No,
like
I'm joking. Billy don't like a pussy. If I had to pick any of them to fight, I don't want to fight no.
To be quite honest, if Anna shaped up to me, I'd probably fucking run for the hills anyway. She'd probably kick my fucking lanky ass.
I don't challenge anybody to a fight. Fuck that. I throw out a hip.
Yeah, I'm 48 years old and my bones break really easy and like I'm nearly senile. So just please show me mercy.
If you got younger, about 10 minutes ago, you were 50.
Well, I'm 49 in about.
What goddamn age are you? 48, 49, or 50?
Once you get old enough, you just average it.
Yeah, it's just an average. Do I really have to fucking worry about a year or two now that I'm at nearly half a century? I'm about to turn 49 years old in like a very, very short amount of time, and I don't want to think about it. Thank you, sir. Hey, get off my goddamn wall, son of a bitch.
I just wish all these people stop getting so personal. I don't mind like drama, but boy, these motherfuckers get personal.
Oh, look, it's just the nature of the beast. They try and score points. And here's the funny thing, though. When you go and watch Black Guy TV's stuff, it's like, look, the way he put it, he says, if you're standing in front of me on the street corner and you drop the N-bomb at me and call me that, I'm going to get upset because I'm going to be able to get my hands on you. He said, but if you're just some random dude on the internet that's dropping that word at me, it's water off a duck's back to him because he knows it's just someone trying to fucking get a rise out of him. And I've just when I heard him say that, I thought that's the way to do it. It's like, if someone's in front of you and they say that shit, it's like that's when you give a fuck because they're
I do want to say this. About the whole cloud fight thing. It's the same shit Brett King did several years ago, a few years back. Same shit. Brett King challenged me and all the drunken peasants to come to his backyard and fight. And I'm like, Brett, I'd destroy you. I would destroy you.
He offered the cooked turkeys and everything for you guys.
Yeah,
and it's like he's gonna poison the fucking turkeys.
He wanted to cook. Yeah, he wanted to deep fry turkeys for us or some shit, and
hell?
then fight us.
Oh, look, I've always said this about Brett. If I could get unfettered access to every video he's ever done, I'd get someone like Dave to come and just would start watching them and would edit it where Brett Keane debates fucking Brett Keane and he debunks Brett Keane the atheist, debunks Brett Keane the fucking Christian.
I promise you this, if anybody that knows the history of Brett in here can back it up, most of the shit that some of these people, I'm talking about some of these, I guess I don't want to say no names, but certain people who may be challenging people to fights, it's like they took Brett King's blueprint. It's honestly like they took the blueprint of Brett King and just repeated what he's done in the past.
History is destined to repeat itself.
It's weird. I'm like, because half these, and I know I'm going to be called out for this shit, and there's going to be drama, but a lot of the shit I've heard Nate say was like the same shit that Brett King said to me in the past.
Okay, am I wrong? But does Negs not look like he looks like he'd be like Egghead's uncle or something?
I don't know why you came up with that reference. I like Egghead.
Shab doesn't like Egghead.
Well, Shab don't like nobody. He's an angry young man.
Like, look, Shabisky was deeply hurt by Egghead's actions of unfollowing him on social media. It crushed Shabisky's fragile ego. He has recovered, but he also had to create the epic saga, which is actually on his channel and archive somewhere, isn't it now? It's there. That saga is there for people to go and listen to the pain that was caused by Egghead's unjust unfollowing.
Dude, Shab needs to create a bunch of woe is me tweets like Egghead does. Like,
don't make fun of Egghead's tweets. He's not fit. He's depressed, man.
Yeah. Feel better, Egghead.
Right. That's not right, John.
What? What the fuck, John?
No, seriously, dude. He's not in a good place, John.
Give him a hug. Give him some belly kisses,
He's
John.
not in a good place, even if he's in a good place.
You give Egghead some belly kisses now, Shabby. Go on.
I'm not going to make fun of somebody's mental state.
Go on. Give him a belly kiss.
Well, I mean, the tweets just seem so attention craving, and it's if you're depressed, I mean, most people don't post this cringe poetry he does.
I feel that way about a lot of things. It's like on TikTok, dude. All these motherfuckers crying on TikTok, saying my father just kicked me out or all this stuff. But yet you had time to put you put sad music to it. All this, I'm like, really?
Oh yeah, if you've taken time to edit that shit with music, it's like, no, sorry.
It takes away from me. I can't really feel sorry for you if you're putting the sad background piano music and shit. I'm like,
yeah,
if Egghead could do that on his tweets, he probably would.
On his twits.
On his
for instance, Thunderfoot's just posted that his mum passed away in the last day or so. So yeah. And he didn't put up a huge video. He's just put in some text. He said, "I'm now an orphan," blah blah blah, and he just explained that his mum, after his dad passed in 2016.
People do that, and like I said, I mean, I try my best not to make fun of it, make jokes about people's mental state. I'm just making a general joke about the people adding music to their shit. So that is weird to me.
Yeah, I was giving an example of probably cool. And what Thunderfoot did was tasteful. It let his community know that he's probably going to be a bit, low on the radar for a while, content-wise, and everyone and these community members are posting they're saying, "I'm so sorry for your loss." But
I miss,
there's no edited video with the tragic song and like.
That fight is so weird. That's like me and Shab's bitch. Me and Shab both have a big distaste for this. Like the people who help homeless people and shit, and yet fucking shove a goddamn phone camera up in their face by helping them and trying to get the.
I was planning on doing that. There's some homeless people at the Royal
I
Farms
hate
near where I live.
charity for clout. I hate charity for clout. I hate
John.
I was just going to do that tonight.
No, walk up to homeless
Do
people
it
with a
for
handful
me.
of money and make it rain on them, because that's a really good look for publicity. It's just making it
I'll
rain
tell
on
you
poor
what,
people.
John, if you take out your phone right now, record yourself throwing me a bunch of money on my tip bank. And then put it on Twitter.
Yeah.
But you're
Perfect.
not homeless.
He will be if you don't give him some money.
Oh man, it's for dang. I don't want to get into all that shit. I'll start crying. But anyway,
we're
Shab
good. Look.
looks mighty handsome tonight.
Egghead's like, he's like,
Shabby.
I want to be loved.
Don't
not
do
used.
that. John, seriously, don't make fun of me.
John's in a
bad
vicious
Gene.
mood tonight, isn't he?
You're
He's
a
just
bully,
like,
Gene.
I've had a
got
bit
us on-
too much caffeine tonight.
John, you've got us on 2 terrorist watch lists, and now you just smash an egghead.
Tommy said Brett would kick ass. Well, hey, I wouldn't doubt Brett being a tough dude back in the day.
He'd kick Dorn's ass.
Damn.
Maybe that.
No comment.
Brett can't even
I'll
get out of
comment
bed.
That's a life choice, John. That's a
Yeah.
life choice.
He's depressed.
He may very well be. If he looked in the mirror, he probably is.
See, now, I'm
Like,
gonna
what?
be honest.
Shit.
I'm gonna say
Now I'm
something.
doing
This people can cringe and shit all they want. I've said this before. Now you compare like some of these newer people that people get mad at, and to some of the old school players like Brett. Brett would wipe the floor like as far as YouTube stuff with people like Niggs and shit if he wanted to. If they had a feud, Brett would wipe the floor with Niggs.
Yeah.
Brett's a way better content creator than Niggs.
Brett's just a seasoned shit posting veteran.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. But no, I'm not saying any negative shit about Niggs. I'm just saying that I think because Brett's an old school player. He's been doing this shit for years. He knows how to. And people say, "Oh, Brett's stupid." That is wrong. Brett's not stupid.
He's slow.
Brett did things for money.
I don't know. His book, I mean, I'm sorry. Anyone who graduated from elementary school should be able to write better than he does. He doesn't even know how to do like paragraph structure where you indent in each paragraph.
He wrote a book.
Yeah. How do you not know how to do that? He uses like
Have you ever
like
wrote a book,
dashes.
John?
Well, I've written like a master's thesis, and I've published stuff in the paper and
What
like
have
where I
you
live.
mastered of besides baiting?
My master's degree in civil engineering.
Builds the bridges and the stuff, dude.
I've built Lego bridges for years.
He can build Lego Duplo and the Chinese version of Lego, which just doesn't go to big. It doesn't go together.
My master's thesis was like this thick. So
Oh my God, you got a master's thesis.
Oh. Hey, you're the one who's like, hey, did you ever write a book?
Abby's
sir?
got a foot. He's got a foot. A PhD, a foot.
Yeah.
No,
Shabby-
I
Shabby's
would
a
never
professional
take
Pokemon
away.
breeder.
I would never take away John's successes in life. John's a very smart dude. I've said that many times, but I don't want to blow smoke up Gene's ass right now.
I'm going to go back to school to get my PhD just so everyone needs to call me Dr.
You
Morgan.
gotta call it a foot.
Oh yeah, paging Dr. Morgan. Dr. Morgan.
Dr. Morgan, we have a bridge that's down over here.
Yes.
A Lego bridge.
But really,
Wow.
someone in my position, the only reason...
you use that accent, that voice.
Had to be fancy.
You sound like a 40s movie detective. Well, I'm gonna bust this guy. I tell you,
We're gonna beat
sweetheart.
him. We're gonna beat that guy, that Gene guy. We'll beat him good.
Dude, I'm going to write a bunch of books and publish them on Amazon just in spite of, like, Pimp being like, oh, you haven't written a book.
Write a book about Pimp.
Did that
How
really
you-
bother
Here.
Right,
I'll write a
yeah.
book and you write a book, Pimp. And
Listen,
we'll both
I-
publish it on Amazon and we'll see who likes which book better.
Oh,
Damn.
dude, my book would kick your book's ass.
Oh, no.
All right, it's on.
Because I'd write a book about something people want to hear about.
Damn.
Well, what are we doing? Like fiction or nonfiction?
I'll be doing a comedy.
Oh,
That's
well,
that's all I'm fucking good at, John.
I'm gonna write a tragedy. I'm gonna write a book about some developmentally like handicapped person.
Also, you're gonna make fun of the developmentally handicapped people.
No, he works in
That's what
Mussolini's
my book
Italy.
was going to be about, John.
He works in Mussolini's Italy on the train
He
tracks.
works in a moose.
No, Mussolini's Italy in
How
World
do
War
you work
II.
in a moose?
And he has like hydrocephaly or whatever,
This guy
and
is
he
working a moose.
is part of like some like freak camp.
He's a freak just because he's mentally disabled? Damn,
No, because that's
John.
how they treated people back in like Mussolini's Italy.
Quit talking about this moose.
We're on all of what.
And he has a dog who dies, and it's a Jewish woman who's the only woman who's nice to him. And he's too developmentally impaired to realize that the reason she's on the other side of the fence in that jumpsuit, he doesn't know what's going to happen to her. She disappears one day, and he's like, "Where'd she go?"
I'm going to write about a lizard and an apple.
No.
And the lizard and apple are going to go to a Nazi camp.
Oh,
And they're going to
God.
fuck all the Jews.
What is happening? Shabby, what is happening?
Let's go back to Brett beating up Doran. I think that was better.
Brett,
Dude,
not-
I'm going to write a book about Brett Keane.
I'm
And
just
it will be a tragedy.
hearing John's stories made me morbidly depressed again, boss.
Mickey Richards said he wrote a book on Amazon.
Who wrote a
No.
book?
Why did you bring up all this shit, brother?
Nearly got through an hour of the show being genuinely happy and stuff, and then John just bummed me out with that.
Dude,
John
that's how you
Paul.
win an Oscar. You direct like a depressing tearjerker. That's Oscar bait.
Just call it Everybody Dies.
Yes. I'm going to direct a film called Everybody Dies.
Everybody dies at the end.
Yes. Dude, a lot of shows, they'd be a lot better if everyone died at the end. It would be more compelling.
That sounds kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that's not going to make me feel better, Raisin, after John's morbid shit. It's just like, my God, everybody dies. It's just, doesn't matter if I get the jab, they're dead. Everybody died in John's movie, and I'm sad now. And you know what the plot twist was? They all died at the beginning.
Well, you need like one person who lives, who's like traumatized. They live to tell the tale about
But
how
then they
everyone
die.
died.
But then they die as soon as they finish telling the tale. They go,
Well, they're like an old man telling the tale to their children about
And
how
then they died.
everyone died. Yes, and then they die at the end of old age. They're
yes,
like
as
they're
long
in
as
their
everyone
deathbed,
dies.
dying of cancer, and it's like, and then that's when I found peace. It's like, wow, Grandpa,
John,
why aren't you breathing anymore?
Dude, you gotta stop doing the drugs, John.
What about a plot twist? The grandkids suffered from the effects of Zika virus. There you go. Just to that
No.
final plot twist.
No, after he dies in his deathbed, they leave their house and they look up in the horizon. It's a new day, and then a truck just drives by and runs them over, and then it cuts to the credits.
All right.
Yeah,
That works.
Finally, like get over their grandpa's death and go
yes.
out front, and then start thinking positively, and then
Yeah, it's just got to end like the movie Stalingrad, basically, where fucking everybody dies. You think they're at the end, and then some asshole just mows them down with a machine gun from them. It's just like, oh damn, they didn't make it. What a shame.
It's got to
And
be
that's the end
me
of
with
Stalingrad.
a sniper, and I'm like, it was an accident.
Yeah, so
It was an
basically,
accident.
John's going to make his own version of fucking Stalingrad.
Yeah. Dude, and Shab, the character Shab plays, it's like he's the last one left, and he has
no.
the sniper rifle, and then he turns around, runs off, and trips and shoots himself in the head.
Just steps on a landmine. Boom. Gone.
Well, I
Yeah.
want.
No.
Hey, John, I want an Oscar too. I just want you to know that.
Oh damn!
Outstanding.
Yeah, you'll be in the sequel, and
See?
you'll die.
I want an Oscar.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah, we skip past most of the man's life because obviously he must have survived the start bit, and then he's really yeah. It's just
Red Eye, it's Oscar the Grouch.
yeah, that'll do.
That's a big weed.
And there's
They
a
need to
time
make-
portal.
A Sesame Street
look like a
movie.
nug, don't he?
Mm.
He does look like a nug.
Yeah, they need to make a Sesame Street movie where like Oscar dies of gangrene and Big Bird dies of gigantism.
Whoa. It's getting a bit dark.
I actually like that background. If Oscar wasn't there, that'd be actually a pretty good background.
So we've just learnt that John wants to wipe out the cast of Sesame Street.
Yes. COVID
Fucking
comes,
hell.
and it turns out that Muppets, they're less susceptible to, like, their survival rate's much lower than humans.
Oh, don't do that to Sesame Street.
And like Big Bird and Oscar, like aren't a lot of the Muppets in Sesame Street, they don't even have houses. They just like live in the streets.
Well, Snuffleupagus just lives in
I'll sniff a
I don't even know where the fuck that thing lives, to be quite honest. And I'm pretty sure Big Bird lives in the alleyway out behind fucking Ernie and Bert's place.
Big Bird has a nest. I remember when I was younger, there was an episode where there was like a hurricane. So they had to like all like give the Muppets like shelter in their houses, like all the human characters. And then Big Bird's nest gets destroyed. So like Elmo and all the Muppets have to help him fix his nest. Because they're all friends. They're all neighbors.
Oh,
What the fuck are you talking about?
Talking about Sesame Street.
yeah.
Y'all people.
Good.
You guys like my house?
I do
Wow.
like your house. It's a beautiful day of
Does it have rats? It looks like it has rats.
Does Von Helton
It has
live in there?
everything. What?
He's got satellite TV. Oh, that's
Yeah, I'm
fancy.
living-
Look at that.
I'm rich.
And I do like the timber decking that surrounds the place, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
My
Whatever.
dick's made of timber.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Because we got the wood. Get it? The
Whoa.
wood. Yeah, see how I did that.
Man,
See how amazing
just-
I am, John?
you just did a thing.
What's that?
Why has she got cockroaches in my chat room?
Because they live in Shabisky's trailer.
Hey, they're
Yeah.
pets.
Have you ever seen the
Yeah.
movie Joe's Apartment?
Yes, it's so fucking
That-
weird.
Yes, it's one of the weirdest films.
It's so fucking weird.
It's a musical about singing cockroaches.
It's a musical
Yeah.
about cockroaches, is what it is, yeah.
And
It's,
the CG is actually pretty decent.
It's not bad for that time. It came out in
Yeah.
the early 2000s.
Yeah, Toy Story was just released a few years prior, and it's
Yeah.
like, dude, we need to watch that on movie night.
We got to do our movie night pretty soon, Chef. The Wood movie night.
Yeah, we're going to watch The Land Before Time.
Now, we do need to put a few choices up, though, for people to vote on.
Dude, the
I
best
say-
part of that movie
Officer Down is what we need to watch, is what I say.
in The Land Before Time was when Littlefoot's mother died.
Yeah. Officer Down would be a cool one to watch.
I think so. Because Shabby's never watched this yet. I think he'd get a kick out of it.
Officer Down.
Yeah, have you watched it yet, John?
No.
It's pretty cool. If you like, well, it's based off a comic, right, Red?
Yep. Just a very violent fucking comic book adaptation that's pretty good.
Yeah. It's at first you'll kind of like, I don't know about this, but then it gets interesting.
Yeah. Has some weird sort of shit in it too. Some
Has some
sci-fi
cool
weirdness.
action scenes. No, cool scenes.
Yeah.
Like, I've always said that one scene is fucking amazing. He shoots an evil nun in the puss with a special gun, and the bullet comes out of her head. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's just got a big crazy fucking gun and he shoots a lot of people, and
Yeah.
there's like the nuns are arms dealers. It's just fucking weird.
But the
yeah.
ending comes together, and it actually makes the whole story make fucking sense.
Yeah.
It really does. Luna doesn't like the movie, by the way, which pisses me off. It put a dent in our relationship that she doesn't like the movie.
Oh, it's over now.
I love her to death, but she's got poor taste in great movies.
Whoa.
You either like Officer Down or I'm going to have to file for divorce.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Wolf Cop. Oh, what was that? Kabuki Man. That was some fucking funny shit back in the day. It's one of the trauma movies, Kabuki Man.
I think I've seen that, actually.
that shit's worth watching, Shabby. If you haven't seen any of the old trauma movies like Swamp Thing and that, definitely worth watching.
The new Coke Zero, the can looks like the old Coke, the original Coke in a way, but it's got a new recipe and everything.
New recipe, eh?
Yeah, I'm getting used to it. I'm starting to like it a little bit better, but it does taste a lot like original Coca-Cola. It really does.
Huh.
Wait, Dirt mentioned a movie called Wolf Cop.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they should make a movie called Good Cop. And the whole premise of the film is that he's like the only good cop, and all the cops bully him because he actually has a heart. And
that movie's been made like 1 million fucking times, John.
Yeah,
probably.
Dude, that's the problem with Hollywood, though, these days. No originality. If you do find originality, it's like movies, like really obscure independent films that
The Lobster.
That not many people are going to get to watch. I like, and see, that's the thing. You're talking to me about movies. A lot of the movies I watch, most people haven't seen because they're really obscure independent films. Because I like those type of movies.
Have you seen Johnny Got His Gun?
That sounds really familiar.
He gets hit by a mortar shell in World War I, and he loses all of his limbs, and his face melts off. So he loses all of his senses except for touch.
Yeah, I think I have seen it. Have you ever
Oh,
seen
that's the film clip from one.
Have you ever seen Spank the Monkey?
Oh, no.
Dude, it's an actual movie, and it's he fucks his mom in the movie.
Sounds like Bad Boy Bubby. That's another obscure film that's hard to watch.
Is that the one with a blondie in it? Deborah Harry?
His mother pretty much keeps him isolated inside their apartment his entire life until he's like 40. And she teaches him that the world is full of toxic gas and the air is poison outside the apartment.
Okay, I've heard of it, but no, I've never seen it. Now, there's one.
Bad Boy Bubby's fucked up.
There's a movie with Deborah Harry in it where she's the mother of a dude and she fucks him in the movie too.
No, this is Bad Boy Bubby is an old film from Australia made around the same time as Romper Stomper, the original Australian version. That's dark as fuck, dude.
It's a good. It put Russell Crowe on the map too. It's a good movie. But that movie I'm talking about, I think what's his name? What's the dude's name that played the Terminator, the young kid, Terminator 2?
Edward Furlong.
I think it starred him with him and Deborah Harry.
He was in American History X.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And that movie's got a lot of bad history on it though. I like between the the actors and the director. The directors of the movie said that was his least favorite movie he's ever made. He hated that movie. And it's one of the. I think it's like amazing too. It's an amazing story.
Oh, people claim it's racist, and it's like,
it is racist.
Well, it speaks against racism.
But that's the point. It's about a racist who changed.
No, but if you're ever
the story leads you. Oh, I'm sorry, John. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just want to say the story shows you how he became racist. It started with his dad. His dad wasn't like this super racist, but his dad threw out little things here and there, right? You know what I'm talking about? And then, his dad gets killed, and then the movie's just it was a great way of telling a story.
Yeah, and like the logic that people use when they claim that it's racist is like, because he was a racist at one point, you're never supposed to sympathize with somebody who is ever racist. So people can't change. And that seems to be their mentality.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That is fucking dumb. By the way, Shabisky is away, so Red Eye, what are we doing the second hour?
We demand.
That's right. That's when I tell you to give us money, and you do so in the description below. Shabisky has a Patreon. Please consider becoming a patron of Shabisky. We also have the Wood Patreon. At Patreon, if you become a patron of us, $5 or above, you can get the private show a month. Also, I think it's $10 you get the movie night. And there's other tiers. Please consider doing that. Also, there's a Streamlabs PayPal, direct link to PayPal, and I will throw my CashApp in the chat. I'm just gonna be perfectly honest with you guys. I've been saying this a lot lately. I am in desperate mode right now. I mean, I literally have $7 in my account. That's what I have. I don't have any groceries. I'm about to lose my internet because my internet bill needs to be paid. All kind of shit. So if you can tip, please do. I'm not trying to eat. I guess you call it eat begging. That's what I'm doing. Whatever. Fuck it. I'm in a bad place right now. So if you can help out, I really, really appreciate it. If not, I do understand. If you can't monetarily support the channel, one of the best things you can do for the channel is share. Share it on Discord. Make sure people's Discord allow it before you do that. But share it on Discord, Twitter, Facebook. That's one of the best ways to do it. So I really appreciate it if you do. Thank you so much. I guess John's promoting his channel also.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Yeah, subscribe to John. Make sure you watch his show. He got a good show. He really does. I make fun of it and fuck around, but he's actually got a good, interesting show. I think y'all guys will enjoy it.
Yeah,
I like most of the people on it.
Yeah, like if you guys want to break from all like the shanty videos and shanty streams, we cover like infotainment stuff and the news, and we last week we did old movies, so we discussed a bunch of old silent films.
At least you got some kind of entertainment.
Yeah, and this week, like the week prior, we covered like old games and stuff like Atari. So this week we're doing Nintendo versus Sega, which I did not grow up with it. So I'm looking for an older person who's into video games who grew up during the whole Nintendo versus Sega thing. Like maybe this guy or that guy.
Yeah,
Red Eye would be a good guess for that kind of show.
I was kind of I had a ColecoVision, so yeah, Nintendo, Sega. I was there for all that shit.
Definitely, Red Eye would be an awesome guess for that show. Yeah, you would.
And Sega was better because it had blast
I tell you what,
processing.
you need to base a show on like something to do involve comedy and bring my ass on. Like, I mean, honestly, like, review like bad stand up or whatever, something, and that'd be an interesting show for me.
We'll cover Fatty Arbuckle.
Okay.
I wonder if anyone in the chat knows who that is.
I've actually heard of Fatty. Yeah. I don't know much about him, but I know a little about him. If you like PowerPoint presentations, the Gene Show is for you. That ain't really the PowerPoint presentation. They do a good show. They really do. It's a good show. I'm proud of them.
And actually, Passionate Lobster, it's Google Slides, not PowerPoint.
Damn.
Oh,
actually.
Wow. Yeah, actually.
Wow.
I had a Nintendo when I was a kid. I had a Super Nintendo when I was a kid.
Yeah, I had Nintendos and.
I did not have a Sega. Never did have a Sega.
But Sega was better. It had blast processing.
Well, I'm sure it was, but I'm gonna tell you something. I barely played my fucking Nintendo when I had it. My game. I like the duck hunting. I was good at Mario. I did like Mario, of course. Everybody liked Mario. And there was this other game. I can't remember what it was called. It was similar to Space Invaders. It wasn't Space Invaders, but it was very similar to Space Invaders, and I loved it.
Firepower?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. You could name 100 names, and I would not be able to tell you.
But I liked Super Metroid. That was when I was a kid, I played Metroid Zero Mission, Metroid Fusion for the GBA, and the Metroid Prime games for the GameCube. So Super Metroid's the one that everyone's like is the Metroid game to play. So I actually bought a Super Nintendo at a local video game pawn shop, and they had Super Metroid for $30. And so that was the only I played other Super Nintendo games that were like ported onto the GBA and stuff, but that was the one Super Nintendo game I played from beginning to end on the Super Nintendo.
Okay. Now I love playing Space Invaders back in the day. I was pretty good at it, but I learned the grid. I learned how to do it. Where you just shooting a line, right?
You have to shoot through the force field, and
there's a rhythm to it. Me and Luna, when we were in Reno one time, and we played this giant Space Invader games. They had these fucking giant guns you grab a hold of. She sucked at it. She was horrible, and I was awesome. And she got mad.
Yeah.
But also, they had this, what is those, the punch bag games, those things, right? Luna was impressed. Luna was like, damn, I hit that motherfucker. And it got the highest score you could get on the motherfucker. I was like, told you, baby, I could pack a punch.
You should stop beating things up just to impress the ladies.
I remember one time dude, this always reminds me of this. This is it's funny to me. It's a good memory with my dad. There was this restaurant we went to, and they had this little thing up there. It was a string. You squeeze them, they don't mean shit, right? Those games don't mean shit. But you squeeze, it's a squeeze test, and it shows you, if you did. And it had this thing, and I squeezed it real hard, and it said, oh, you must work out. And my dad squeezed it and said, you need to go work out. And my dad got so goddamn mad at the machine, he was trying to kick the motherfucker. He was pissed off. And of course, you know me, I ragged him about it, right? It made it worse. But I know it ain't fun to you guys, but that's a good memory for me.
No, it's...
Oh, pinball was one of my favorite. My mom's a pinball wizard, dude.
Yeah. Pennies are awesome.
Love pinball. I wish I had a pinball machine. Yeah, I love pinball. Pinball's fun. It's fun.
Dude, I'm looking at a list of Super Nintendo games, and it's like a lot of these games were just like ported to the GBA, and I've played most of them. So,
well, I tell you what we should do when me and Shab, that's funny, throw a wood gathering, or Shab, Bam, Pimp, Bam, whatever gathering, call it a wood gathering. We should get gaming systems, like Nintendo's old school gaming systems, and set them up in the house and shit where people can play. Because that's what when we did the Pimp gathering some years ago, we rented a big ass beach house. Is what we did and it was fun as hell. We could do that and set up gaming system, have all kinds of shit. So yeah, that'd be cool.
We need to play Dance Dance Revolution.
No, John.
And Twister.
No, well, Naked Twister.
Oh.
Me and Shab will play Naked Twister, and my dick will go in his butt. Mm-hmm. I'm not seeing any tips yet.
You need to play.
Guys, I can't stress enough how much I need these tips. Please consider tips. I can't stress enough. Anyways, Shabby Social Boss.
Shab's gonna bring all his Pokemon cards, and he's gonna have us all play Pokemon card with him.
Those are my balls.
John Morgan, thank you. He gave $20. He says, please tip everybody. Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
I'm Gene.
Yeah. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it a lot, John.
Show my balls on the next pedantic show.
Shab, looks like you got a little wart here. Side of your...
It's poop. It's poop that's stuck on the side of my face. And I can't get it off. You look like you got a bunch of red stuff going on.
Now that's going too far, Shab. I'm triggered.
Ultimate John.
Oh, I don't know. You kids.
Shab's crossing the line.
You keep fighting, I'll just turn this car around and go home.
Yeah, you will.
I will. I will do it.
I'm a hungry biscuit. Feed me, Gene.
Dude, make your own damn food.
Wow.
Milk you, Gene. Give me your nips.
That's not cool.
Didn't you get a blender? You need to start making your smoothies. You need to make your almond butter and honey chia seed sandwiches.
What?
Stop bossing me around, you weird.
Yeah, almond butter is healthier than peanut butter. It's a good source of fat, and honey is a much healthier alternative for jelly. And it's good for your gut biome and everything. And chia seeds, they're high in vitamin K, they're high in potassium and fiber. So you take a tablespoon of chia seeds, a tablespoon of hemp seeds, and you put them on top of in between the almond butter and the honey. And there you go. You got your little nutritional powerhouse sandwich.
Mm.
And if you're craving a cheeseburger, eat that, and the cheeseburger craving will go away. And you don't feel like shit afterwards.
I don't feel like shit afterwards. I feel like I'm in nirvana after I've eaten a cheeseburger. That's why I like them so much. Just good. Cheeseburgers. See, just thinking about it makes me happy.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and I don't know, all of the seeds and the stuff that's not a cheeseburger doesn't sound like it'd be as much fun as a cheeseburger. That's just me, though. But yeah, you do you, and Shabby, you should try one of those things because they sound absolutely delicious.
I'll try putting one together and then slapping Gene in the fucking face with it because I ain't eating that garbage.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I eat real peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, not some honey almond butter chia seed bullshit.
Joking about assaulting people is the same thing as assaulting people.
I'm not joking.
So I'm going to cry on Twitter about you assaulting me.
I'm not joking.
He's going to slap you in Minecraft with that fucking goddamn weird fucking concoction you designed with the seeds and stuff. And
I'm going to go on Twitter and talk about how I have internet PTSD because of the violent comments that Chab's throwing my way.
Wow. Wow. I had no idea.
That was another jab at Egghead. You need to quit, John.
What? Well, it's not. That actually isn't a jab at Egghead. I'm actually throwing jabs towards other people that are no longer in Chab's community.
Oh, no.
John, you've been kind of a jerk.
Man, what the fuck, Gene?
I don't know. Stimulants do kind of turn you into a douchebag.
Well, you gotta pick on poor Egghead. He just wants everybody's constant sympathy. Why can't you give it to him, Gene?
Well, he did. He came into Shab's chat the other day and tell him what he did.
It was funny. He came into the chat. He unfollowed me a while back, and he came in the chat, and I was like, "Egghead, you broke my heart. You unfollowed me. You turned on me for nothing." And I like went on for like 5 minutes with that shit, and then and then I'm like, "You broke my heart, Egghead." And as soon as I said you broke my heart, his immediate response was to write out a paragraph that was like, I have a 50% chance of dying from heart disease and blah 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 with the different stuff about his heart condition, and it's like, and it was like, and I couldn't help but tell him, like, why did that get brought up? Like,
give me pity.
The moment I make a joke about a heart, that's the opportunity to bring up your health issue. Like, we all, like, lots of us have health issues. Lots of us have health issues, and we don't go like mentioning it every single moment, like that we possibly can. Any opportunity we can to mention it, to get people to have some sympathy for us. Like, that's not what a normal adult does. I don't know. I called him out for that because I just think it's dumb, and he needs to realize that. You know,
well, he mentioned his heart condition, but the thing you mentioned, like with the 50-50, he brought up like Huntington's disease, which is something his parents have. It's like, that has nothing to do with a heart condition. So it's like, you're looking for an excuse.
He said heart disease, I think, didn't he?
Well, he mentioned heart disease, but then he says, and I also have a 50% chance of having Huntington's disease because my parents had it. And it's like, you're just looking for excuses to share all your...
It's like, look at what my fucking mom has, and what are my chances of getting what she has? I don't go around complaining about it all day. Every time somebody brings up an immune deficiency or something like that, I'm like, I have, according to the doctors, this percentage chance of inheriting that as well.
It's like he's constantly trying to post his little like Glass Castle or I am little like tearjerker memoirs.
I'll jerk you.
Yeah, you will.
I'll jerk you off, bitch.
You'll jerk him off, bitch.
Bitch.
I hear birds.
Yeah, it's probably Red Eye. He lives in the crazy alleged Australia place where big birds are flying around everywhere.
Isn't Australia like all jungle?
Yep.
Yeah.
Except for the parts of the desert.
Do they ride like kangaroos to school in Australia?
No. No.
What the fuck?
Like
No.
I saw videos of like people like questions I get from Americans, and like they're talking about Americans think they ride kangaroos to school. It's like, do Americans really think that? Like,
No, but Australians always get asked out of because dumbass Americans think it's funny everything.
Yeah,
and then there's
we don't ride them. We get in their pouches.
But I'm sure Australians do get tired of fucking dumbass Americans making the kangaroo joke. I'm pretty sure I would.
And there's a guy from Egypt who's like, well, Americans think we ride camels to work, so I think they ride cheeseburgers to work.
Mm-hmm.
And we do. I wrote a cheeseburger in here earlier.
Yeah, we need to genetically engineer like sentient cheeseburgers that we can ride around.
We already have done that.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
It's because you're not part of the...
A bit too sheltered.
You're not a part of the Cool Boy Club. Only cool boys do that. We ride the cheeseburgers. You ride fucking Dollar Tree hot dogs.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that people rode hot dogs around.
Yeah.
You're gonna ride my hot dog, bitch.
Now, do they like float or do they like squirm? Is it like riding a giant snake?
I don't know, John. I ride cheeseburgers, not hot dogs.
Are the cheeseburgers like slugs or snails?
Yeah. No, John. Have you ever had a slug burger? Well, there actually is a thing called a slug burger. They're dough, or they're really dough burgers, but people call them slug burgers. Yeah.
Have you ever had a Luther?
I've had Luther inside my butthole.
Wow.
He was amazing.
Yeah, Luther is a cheeseburger, but the buns are glazed donuts. They're glazed donuts.
No, I don't want one either.
I've never had that, but apparently it's something that sounds disgusting, but people who've had it claim that it's actually pretty good.
You know what I had for dinner tonight? I had a cinnamon raisin bagel. That's all I ate tonight for dinner.
What have you had for dinner, Shabisky?
I didn't eat dinner. I'm a hungry biscuit. Why are you reminding me?
I'm hungry
of
too,
hungry?
dude. I'll be honest with you. I'm hungry.
Feed us, Gene.
Dude, feed yourself, Shabby.
I don't have stream. I can't do the stream things like Shabby can.
Feed me, Gene.
Shabby's all fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, guys, I'm gonna have to push this shit as much as I can. Man, please consider tipping. I am like I said, dude. I ain't joking when I'm about to lose my internet. I need groceries. My prescriptions are coming up day after tomorrow, Saturday, right? It's Friday, yeah, Saturday. I'm broke, and I So if you can tip, if you can, I understand if you can't. I know we're all going through rough times, but if you can tip, please do. I would appreciate it highly. How about finger sandwiches? I don't eat my fingers. I like I need them for drawing because I'm an artist now. You know that.
Shabby is going to eat his fingers right now. That's what he's going to do. Prepare his fingers. Deep fry them.
Yeah,
Shab put like an image of him like holding up his hand with nothing in it and scissors and asked people to have fun photoshopping it. And Dirt photoshopped it with like Shab cutting his fingers off.
That's a pretty realistic depiction of what would probably happen if you gave Shabby sharp scissors.
And I did one, like I took a image of like a card that said hopes and dreams, and it was cut in two, and then I photoshopped a bunch of tears coming out of.
There was a question in the chat room. Where's the iconic hat? Boom! There's the iconic hat. I just don't wear it no more. I just stopped wearing that.
You're not supposed to wear hats indoors, Pimp.
You ain't supposed to suck a dick outdoors, John. So I just don't think I look good in the hat with the beard.
You know what you need? Yeah, you need one of those captain's hats, not one of the really big, tall, high brim,
like a Captain Crunch hat.
A skipper's hat, maybe.
Yeah, like Skipper and from Getting It Done. Yeah.
Yep.
You should wear one of those propeller caps. You just come on stream one day wearing one, and you don't address it at all.
Dude, ain't nobody tipping me. This is fucking...
Dude, Shaq keeps going MIA.
I knew. Yeah, Shab does that, though. He does the iconic middle-aged black man hat. What? Is that racist? I don't know if that's racist or not.
Iconic middle-aged black man hat. I don't remember those kind of hats ever being associated with like black men.
I used to call it the white boy, the white boy that had sex with black girls starter cap is what I used to call it, because a lot of white guys who fuck black chicks do wear caveats. I don't know why.
Dude, but my last stream, Shab went MIA the entire stream, and Janie was there, and she was all upset.
Why?
I don't know. She said she put makeup on for Shab, and Shab was gone the entire stream.
Wow.
Janie's weird, dude.
Yeah, she's pretty eccentric.
Yep.
Pretty eccentric.
Also pretty awesome.
Crazy. Well, yeah, she's I like her.
I didn't know she had a writing degree, and she was into sci-fi, so that makes her.
I have a writing degree.
Of course you do.
And I'm into sci-fi.
Yeah, I know.
I wrote a book about a robot having sex with a puppy.
Wait, you're telling me she has a writing degree?
She does have a writing degree.
So she has a writing degree.
Yeah.
I do believe she has a writer's degree.
Okay.
I think. If I've got that wrong, I apologize.
No, she actually does.
Oh. So she does?
Yeah, she does. She's a writer.
Okay.
So she does.
Yep.
Unless she's lying. I don't think she's lying.
Yeah,
so she's a writer because she's got like a writing degree. She wanted to be a writer, so she went to school and got a writing degree.
Yes.
Yes.
John,
Okay.
that's the way it works, buddy.
And she told us a story about how a professor used to just say things like, if you're going to write, just write. And then do a laugh. Go,
You were here for that whole story, John.
And her professors told her that when she was in school getting a writing degree in her writing classes. They were the writing professors.
John, you were here when she told the story.
Oh, I was?
Yeah.
It was just last week, John.
I know. I'm just joking, bro.
No, he's not. He's
Okay, now you're back
got
on
a
the
complete
clock
blackout.
for that shit. You are on the clock for that shit. You stopped saying it to me a long time ago. Now you're on the clock. No, you're not. I ain't gonna make you pay, bro. What
That pisses people off a lot for some reason.
Raw anger.
Is that a guitar in the back? No, that is a walking apparatus machine.
It's like a chair.
A chair.
Yeah.
I think he was talking about your treadmill, though.
Or something hanging up in the background that's got a profile of a guitar, maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe it's
That's a chin-up bar.
That's his hoverboard.
Yeah. I engineered a hoverboard just a few days ago.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it uses electromagnetism to hover, and it has a strong enough polarity or whatever with the Earth's poles that it can do it on any surface. So it's not like those fake hoverboards they have that have to be on some giant like magnetic grid. So this doesn't have to be on a magnetic surface. It uses the Earth being a giant magnet, so it can hover in any.
Magnet.
Wow.
I don't know if you can say magnet anymore because young magnets will be offended.
Whoa. Don't offend people. Come on, man.
John's been a bully tonight, dude.
Yeah.
How am I being a bully?
Well, where's Shab been? Shab's been off air crying, getting therapy because you bullied him earlier.
Well, Shab's a pussy, though.
Oh, it's don't be like that. He's traumatized. This happens every time John's on. John just crushes his ego, and Shabby needs to be built back up piece by piece.
Why do you do this, John?
Why, John?
Why, John?
But there actually are quite a few people who try to brand me as a bully. So
You are a bully, John.
We've witnessed it first.
You bully me. Everybody's been bullying me lately, though. Because I've been a pussy lately. I ain't gonna lie. I've been a pussy lately.
Bullying people does make me feel a lot better about myself.
You
I get this
can't
little boast of dopamine, and it's like, wow.
Racing Girl's been watching me. You know that, John? Racing Girl's been watching me closely.
Oh.
She's been making sure nobody picks on me lately because I'm in such a really rough spot. And if anybody comes near, she goes like, "Rah!"
Racing Girl, can I pick on Pimpmunk?
She's my bodyguard.
No, but the Realize TV says against the window. It's look up a power station. You can do like chin ups and everything and pull ups, and it's very good for various exercises.
Cock lifts.
Yeah, seems like I'm aware that so many people don't know what that is.
Well, cock lifts is when you take your cock and you lift it.
Oh, you got to tie like a 3-pound weight.
John, if me and you decided to have sex with each other, who do you think would be the giver of the taker?
I feel uncomfortable.
Welcome to my world, John.
I think in our situation, I would be the giver. Now, with you and Shabby, who would be the giver of the taker?
I plead the fifth.
No, you gotta answer, John.
I think I'd tell Shab to back off. I'm not interested. And if he tries to do some giving, I'll probably give him a dose of my fist, and I'll me to him.
Wow.
So you would be the giver?
Here, ask Shab the question.
Shabby, did you hear that?
Shabisky, if you and John decided to have sexual relations,
I would pound the fuck out of him.
Who would be the giver?
I would pound the fuck out of him.
So you would be the giver? So you'd give him a blowjob?
I give him way more than he can handle and more.
Would you ruin his butthole?
Have you ever read the book The Giver?
Oh my God, John!
You can read that while I pound you, Gene. There you go.
Yeah,
fucking
it's like a dystopian society novel.
Oh my God!
And it's where everyone lives in this isolated.
John, you're being very pedantic right now.
Did you guys hear about this book?
Yeah.
This book?
There's a book that I read.
This book?
Yeah. I know you guys were just making a good joke, but books, guys.
I shoved the book up my ass and walked on my walking apparatus.
I'm smart because I read books, and I tell everyone about how I read books.
Wow. Maybe you should put a book in your butt.
Aren't you glad I stretched your ass out enough for you to fit books in there now, Gene? Now you don't even need a book bag.
I'll be in the...
Wait, everybody wait. Say it.
Hi, everybody.
Mama
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mama Pimp.
Love ya.
Everybody say
Mama Pion.
Shabby said he loved you.
I love her more.
Red Eye said he loved you too. And John
I love her more.
said he wanted to have breast sex with me. Wait just a second, guys.
Jesus Christ.
No, but I'm going to go to the airport because Shab stretched my ass out to put books up there, and they're going to be like, what does he have up there? They're going to have me crouch over and cough, and a bunch of books are just going to pour out. Yeah. They're like, what Like, what the hell are you doing? It's like, well, where else am I supposed to keep them?
Why did you offer to fuck my mom between her titties?
Well,
I don't remember saying that. I think you're gaslighting me.
well,
I'm not doing nothing with your ass.
I said gaslighting, not ass lighting.
This has nothing to do with cars, Gene.
And if I lit gas, it'd be on fire.
whoa.
Dummy.
Why's everything got to be on fire all of a sudden?
Everybody
We're
wants
just having
to
a
burn the shit.
casual conversation. Next thing you know, everything shit's on fire. It's like, geez, really? It's like summer in Australia. Just shit's on fire. What are we going to do today? Let's just watch shit burn. Okay.
That's a good way to get timed out, skeptics.
Hey, what happened to Skeppy's wrench?
He never had a wrench in him.
Oh. I'm so used to seeing him with a wrench that when you don't see him with one, it's like, oh, what's going on?
No, I don't like him.
He's a poop.
No, he's all right. I like him. He's cool.
Skeptical Jesus does bully me all the time.
Well, you bully everybody else. So.
Oh. What's funny is, like, in Shab's community, like, there are people that come in to, like, talk shit to me. Like, yeah, this John Morgan guy's a nerd. And then when I start standing up for myself, they're like, you know what? I'm going to mute this guy because he's a bully. What you do to bullies is you ignore them. It's like, I thought I'm this, like, giant geek that you're going to come in and push around.
You're a bully geek.
And then they turn around and it's like, he's a bully. I'm going to mute him.
Well, stop being a geek bully.
Yeah. I'm jock nerd.
Why is all jocks bullies? Why are you putting them in a corner like that, John?
No. That's not
I don't know. Like, nowadays,
I was a jock, John. I wasn't a bully.
nowadays seems like the nerds are the bullies. It
They
seems like,
are.
yeah, because, like, if you punch a nerd in the face, you're gonna get expelled and go to prison, which is something they didn't do, like, in the 80s or the 70s. So,
Well, it's the world. The nerds own the world now.
yeah.
Yeah, look at how much fucking the Apple techs charge to not fix your shit properly when you go into an Apple shop. It's like obscene.
Yeah, and it's like now you have these, like, really scrawny, nerdy kids that don't mind running their mouths because they think that there's this magical force field that protects them. They've never been, like, punched in the face. So it's like the jocks, it's like they're these, like, dumb, like, Luther, like Beavis Butthead guys, and the nerds will just be like, aha, you got a low IQ, let's ask you some math questions. And they're like, God, stop mocking me.
And you know what happened to those kids that were getting beat up and called nerds 20 years ago? They're the dudes now running the fucking encryption scams on massive fucking pieces of infrastructure and making lots of bitcoins rapidly. Mm-hmm. So yeah, who ended up winning that fucking conflict? Geeks versus fucking jocks.
What were you, Shab, in school? Were you a geek or a jock?
I was a class clown.
You were neither. You weren't cool enough to be part of any group.
Whoa.
I
He was
created
an
my
individual.
own group.
Yeah. He was a trailblazer.
Yeah.
A trendsetter.
There you were.
Shabubi blazed his own path.
Yeah, like goths and stoners, they're the kids that they're not, like,
They're still
smart enough to be part of the geeks, but they're not athletic enough to be part of the jocks. So they got to be part of their little goth stoner crowd. Isn't that right, Chad?
Yeah.
It's a damn shame we have to.
See, I'm being a bully again.
We had to, like, yeah, it's a shame that we have to do that. Though, be so tribal.
Yeah.
Even in school, dude, I remember, like, you had your stoner crowd, you had your jock crowd, you had your nerdy boys, you had your fucking dumbasses, country boys in my area. So you had your rednecks.
Yeah, you had the chromosome kids.
Be careful, John.
The kids with the large foreheads that's at the one table.
John, be careful.
See, I probably shouldn't have come on stream tonight. I had a bit too much caffeine.
You're a bad
pills.
person, Gene.
You are a bad person.
we're probably going to get shut down after this by the FBI after all of the earlier suggestions that got us on all of the watch lists. So thanks for that, buddy.
Good Gene.
Raisin Girl's going to be yelling at me at the end of the
Yeah.
stream.
Good. Deserve it.
Someone needs to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Tribalism. Human beings love their tribes. I'm tribe Xbox, your tribe PlayStation. My side is better than your side. My console has one game that your console doesn't have, so it's automatically better. It's got an extra 0.03 kilobytes of RAM, so it's more powerful. So, yeah.
Yeah. About that whole console thing, it's like we're all welcome to the PC Master Race, kids. It's nice to have you around. Because they're all PC bits now. Just we can call them gaming fucking console. Yeah, look. Technically, a Windows 10. What's the latest Xbox S Series 3? I don't even fucking know what they've called them this time, but those things are running Windows 10. And I imagine PlayStation's things. Well, it's its own standalone iOS, so it's just different OSs.
Yeah, it's
same
Xbox
fucking hardware.
Series X PQR3 Model 12 Alpha.
Whatever the fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
All the hardware is now powerful enough that it can should be able to cross-platform fairly easily.
Well, there you go.
Dude, like those old consoles, it's kind of weird. Like now it's like they've hybridized in like computers and game consoles. For the longest time, that was very taboo. And it was a way to like kill the console sales. But like with the ColecoVision and Intellivision, they would like have these modules where you could like attach it to a computer, and you could attach like they had a Coleco expansion module where you could connect it and you could play Atari games.
I had one
on the ColecoVision.
I had one.
So they need to start doing shit like that again, where you can like attach a washing machine to your Xbox, or you can attach like a treadmill, or you can attach a PlayStation to your Xbox. They need to do that.
Well, Sega wasn't producing hardware at that time. They were just making the games and flogging them off to whoever the fuck wanted them. And ColecoVision was smart, and they saw an opportunity, and they built a piece of hardware that was quite expandable. Like I had a steering wheel, brake pedal, all of that shit for what was it, Turbo 2 or something, one of the driving games. It was fucking great. The controls were a bit dicky, but here's the good thing about the ColecoVision. You could take anything up to a Sega Genesis, I do believe, who had the same pin form, plug it straight into your ColecoVision. It worked. They were really cool pieces of hardware, and it used to be a very open environment. It's totally alien to what you see today in the gaming in the gaming industry. It's like everybody just wanted to sell shit. And if you could sell shit, like ColecoVision went, well, we'll make an expansion, jam that in there, and then you put it's like this block that you plugged into the front of your fucking ColecoVision, had a sliding plastic door, and then that was powered off the fucking internals of the ColecoVision, and you just jam your Atari cartridges in that expansion slot, take it back out, play ColecoVision games. It's fucking awesome.
And the commercials were kind of weird. Like we were watching, like on one of the streams, we were watching the commercial of like the Atom computer that attached the ColecoVision. It's like a brother and sister, but it's weird because the way the like infomercial was shot, it's like they seemed a little too close for brother and sister. Remember that, Shab? Oh, Shab's all muted.
I remember us watching commercials and stuff, but I can't remember which one you're talking about specifically.
Yeah, she looked like Aunt Becky or whatever from Full House.
So there's no reason why you couldn't have one of the latest generation consoles, and if there was room, add a second hard drive to it. And what it'd be really nice if PlayStation offered, so you could buy their OS and install that on a drive in a console build, we'll call it. Second drive running the Xbox one, and fuck it, a third drive running your PC shit, and then you've got all three fucking environments on your one box. Because they're, like I said, I'm pretty sure they're all running basically at least Ryzen 2's the latest consoles, and that's what I'm running in my PC.
Yeah, the PlayStation needs to have like a deal with Linux. So PlayStation needs to run Linux, and the Xbox will run Windows, and they need to have dual boot software, so it can switch between the embedded OS and the open source OS.
Yeah. Now
What
got
are you
Steam-
guys even talking about?
Just gaming stuff.
Talking
What are
about
you
technology.
talking about, Pimp?
And Steam OS as well. That's going to be a player soon. And if it's as good as I hope it's going to be over the next few years, fuck Windows completely. Bye-bye.
What are they talking about, Pimp?
Talking about operating systems.
I'm letting them
What's
talk.
that?
It's like a system that operates.
Dude, talk about English stuff.
It's the magical code sorcery that takes place inside that box with the blinky lights that you play Call of Duty on.
You guys want to fuck about this?
So you got code, like text-based OSs, and then you got like GUI operating systems where they have like a graphical user interface. And Windows is what brought the graphical user interface into like people's living rooms.
And now we have useless UI teams all over the world changing shit randomly to justify their existence and annoying user bases all over the fucking planet constantly. Thank you.
Well, I'll be damned.
Dude, maybe Nintendo should create their own OS.
Yeah, Shabby, how are you going to get your new desk into your trailer? I'm looking at it. And
No, I'm going to keep it out here.
You're smart.
You see the collateral on the left? That's probably Shab trying to like find a way to create some opening. Probably didn't get the results he wanted.
He'll figure it out.
That's the old meth lab. It kind of messed up.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
It's okay.
You'll figure it all out.
A lick of paint should be as good as new.
Yeah. I think
Absolutely.
so too.
Yeah, for sure.
Fix that motherfucker up.
Yeah.
All right, Gene, run on your treadmill.
No.
What do you mean? It's treadmill time.
I'm gonna go poop.
Oh, God. Well, it was a shit shot of fight.
Dude, it would be, I'm just gonna say it would be so nice to come back with some good tips. Please tip.
Why don't you tip Shabisky?
Stream goal was high, but I need to make it. So the stream goes like whatever the fuck I can pay. I'll be right back.
All right, boss.
Why don't you play with my tip, Gene?
Whoa.
So tonight I'm thinking we need to do a patron show on my patron account. I'm thinking, have you ever heard of the movie Intolerance?
No, I don't watch dumb movies.
So, because last week we covered old films, a lot of these silent films are in the public domain, or pretty much all of them are in the public domain. So I'm thinking we'll do a binge fest of old public domain silent films. And the first one I want to do is the movie Intolerance, which is a very unique movie, even for silent films. And it was directed by D.W. Griffith. He's the guy who directed Birth of a Nation.
Wait, were you talking to me? Were you talking to me?
Well, I was talking to you guys, and then there was dead air in response.
Sorry.
Not being good conversationalists.
I don't have a fucking clue about what you're talking about.
I actually heard some dead air, and I was a little more interested in it. So I kind of lost my track of thought there.
I know not of the movie you speak.
Well, apparently, people thought that when the film came out that it was supposed to be like an apology for how racist Birth of a Nation was. But the movie was actually a commentary on just how intolerant people were towards this movie.
Huh.
So, D.W. Griffith is kind of a narcissist. And he was good friends with Charlie Chaplin. They established United Artists with one another. So I don't know. Everyone was racist back then.
Yep. Absolutely. Everything was racist and sexist and problematic.
Don't you think human beings are just kind of naturally racist?
No. Scared of things they don't understand or know, or scared of new things maybe.
Well, it is like
on some level.
You have the in-group out-group bias, and I think the science does confirm that human beings do have this like kind of innate prejudice towards things that are different. Like it's like different equals bad, even though they don't.
No, you go and put a bunch of young children together, and you don't see that that behavior is fucking taught by adults. That's pretty well. We've sussed that out by now. That young little infants, they don't give a fuck. They'll just play together and play with toys, and they don't give a shit. It's only when bigger versions of them start polluting their little minds with fucking stupid ideas that we see that shit start to fucking pop its ugly head up. I mean, it's innate to our humanity. I really disagreed with that one. That's just my opinion, though. I believe that behavior is a fucking taught behavior and not something that comes instinctively. We're not instinctive. We're exactly the opposite. We're actually instinctively we're a cooperative species, or else we wouldn't be this fucking successful. There you go.
Well, we're like cooperative in groups of like 150 to 300. So once you get outside of that range of 150 to 300 people, then you get into the realm of like the in-group, out-group bias. And human beings are just kind of like you have like egocentrism where people don't, or the false consensus effect where it's like the way our tribe collects honey, the way our tribe fishes and like collects lumber, like that is the way to do it. And when this other tribe does it differently, like what's wrong with them? They're doing things unnaturally. Like the way we do it is just naturally the default fundamental way of doing things. So when another group of people does things differently, regardless of whether their logistics or more practical, like they're freaks. Don't they know that this is how you're supposed to do it? So I do believe the psychology has established that kind of false consensus effect and like egocentrism is something that is like a fundamental component of like human psychology.
Yeah.
Lord of the Flies.
Yes.
Yes. See, I'm smart.
Yeah, but we're also seeing a lot of cooperation on fucking, like for instance, we just did a deal with fucking Poland to get 500,000 doses of Pfizer in a time of where people are scrambling to get hold of fucking this shit. It's like a cutthroat market, and Poland saw that we were up shit creek. They're having a slow uptake, so they just fucking, we've done a deal and we've bought 500,000 doses of Pfizer. So there's levels of cooperation. World War II, the Allies, yeah, this whole thing of we don't work well together is just quite silly. There are groups of us that we can't work with. Like, for instance, we didn't really want to play with the fellas that thought Islamic State were a good idea. We have, and that's where we can look at history and see where most of the differences do come in, is when two different communities start living within each of each other. Usually the instigation of problems is a religious-based one, and then the shit starts. And if you can go back through history and see a hell of a lot of that happening. Or Protestants, Catholics, different fucking, how many sects of fucking Christianity have gone to war amongst themselves, then the different fucking versions of fucking Islam, they go around fucking each other over because they're not the right ones. It's all crazy. But children, young babies and infants don't inherently see kids of a different color as a problem. I don't think they just see other kids. And that behavior of seeing them as different is taught at a later date by bigger versions of that little person that have some bad ideas and may have had some horrible experiences during their youth and come to form certain ideas, which is sad.
I don't think
evil though.
Oh, there's kids out there that have got brains that might not function what would say normally. Mm-hmm. Psychotics. There's psychotic. I have psychotic fucking episodes. Thankfully, not very often. There's people out there that have got some just from I don't know.
But then
developmental problems, head injuries, anything can cause that shit and change a massive.
I think there's children that lack empathy. that just naturally lack empathy. I think because I believe some people, not biblically, by the way, I'm not talking biblically evil when I say evil. I mean, I think just some people are just mean.
Yeah. I mean, it's sadism. So they think that like 10% of people are just naturally sadists, where it's like, hey, like trolls, like there's been studies where like online trolls are sadists. They get off like I cause harm to this person. They're upset. That feels good. So
but honestly, what Red's saying, it's because it is a mental thing. Red's, he's on the right path there.
Yeah. I think it's got a lot to do with we do not understand a lot about the human brain yet, but with modern computing and ways we need to learn how to interface with the human mind and understand it better, and we're yet to cross that. Elon Musk is working on things there's a whole bunch of different people, but thanks to those conjoined twins, we actually understand how brains can communicate between each other, because they had a connection of about, what was it? The neural path was only like 1 million neurons or something, but they're passing and they could control each other's limbs, the whole fucking lot. It was really fascinating. And that's the tip of the fucking iceberg to understanding ourselves a bit better and maybe understanding how to maybe correct some of these behavioral deficiencies, because some may be caused by just how do I put it? Because it's the brain's develops a little bit differently than the vast majority of other humans. That may be the cause of it. There could be just an injury, and it could be environmental. They're brought up in a place where they're just treated like a fucking animal. Well, they're going to grow up being a feral animal. You are, to a certain extent, you are a product of your environment. Yeah. If you get beat the shit out of constantly, you're going to walk around flinching at anything that comes at you fast. So yeah, other than that, I don't know.
Plus, like you mentioned, like toddlers and like infants, like once kids get older, they show that around the age of like 3, 4, 5, like you do have like apophenia, which is something that everyone has, and that's the implicit bias of seeing patterns where there aren't patterns, or finding meaning through coincidence. So it's like, hey, there's 2 kids who have this hair color or that look like this, and I noticed that both of them engage in this kind of behavior. There must be a connection between those 2 things. And that is something that's proven to be a natural facet of human psychology, where people will see patterns where it's coincidence. So it's correlation, not causation. And like that is one element of racism. And it's also kids, there's innate prejudice towards kids who are different. Their foreheads are too big, they're too short, they're too this. So they have found that there are innate facets of human psychology that lead people to discriminate.
Kids are mean little bastards.
Yeah.
They're the most cruel little fuckers in the world.
Yeah, this is the important time that you teach them, how do you want your society to function? And this is the time where their minds are quite moldable. And do you, for lack of a better term, what sort of programming do you want to put in that kid's head? Do you want them to be a functioning member of society and teach them the concepts of empathy and kindness and all of that shit? Or do you want to teach them to be...
And parents got to stop excusing bad behavior.
Yeah. And it's just about teaching your kids. You've got to teach your kids boundaries, because we're fucking wild animals. And the reason society has gotten successful is because we've decided to cooperate, make us out of rule or make rule sets and stick to them and try and improve things.
Yeah.
Again,
because we do. No, you're making sense. This is a good conversation. I like it. But I do see a lot of times where kids do show bad behavior and parents completely excuse it. Like, my kid can't be mean. My kid can't do this. And just and then that's pretty much saying, yeah, you can do it again. And they do it again.
Yeah, and parents who do that also.
Kids have got to know, like Red was basically saying. I think this is what Red was saying. Kids have to know that there's repercussions for their actions.
Yeah, you got to teach them limits. It's like, for instance, when I was a little kid and my dad caught me playing with matches, he overreacted and he beat the ever-living fucking shit out of me. Guess what I never did again? Fucked around with fucking matches anywhere fucking near his shit and made sure it was all done under adult supervision, because he fucking fucked me up that day. But later on, he explained why, because you were sitting outside a room with about fucking 150 kilos of gunpowder, if that match rolled under the door and there was a couple of stray bits of gunpowder on the floor, we could have had a serious problem, and you would have got a big steel door blowing you up against the brick wall across the other side of the fucking garage, and you would have died, you stupid little shit. And I'm like, okay.
By the way, I didn't mean to interrupt you, John.
Yeah.
Cut you off. I'm sorry.
But Skip nailed it. Kids need guidance because they don't have critical thinking, because their brains aren't fully developed. We need to, we've got to guide them. We're not like certain animals that are born and instinctively, like glasshouse catfish, born in rivers in South Australia, grow up in the river, and then swim out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean for several fucking years, several thousand fucking miles away. Then when it's breeding time, they instinctively know where to come back to the exact river that they were born after spending years in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Instinctively just do it. We're not like that. We learn differently. They say there's a hypothesis that insects may have what's called race memory, that everything mummy and daddy learn is passed on to Junior. That's an interesting hypothesis that I've heard about. It's called race memory, where the insects pass it on from adult to the egg, and that cockroach is then born with whatever mum and dad knew. Yeah, but humans are not like that, and a lot of animals aren't like that. They've got certain instincts, like we know danger. We might learn early on that fast-moving objects, we flinch and we protect our eyes to protect our eyesight, things like that. But to learning empathy and complex concepts like that takes a teacher to teach.
Empathy. He doesn't give a fuck
Anyway,
about nothing.
I'll shut up. I'm no psychiatrist. If I've got anything wrong, please set me straight in chat.
Is that a Pokemon?
Shabisky don't give a fuck about nothing, do you, Shabisky?
Fuck
I did
that
it again,
shit.
John. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well,
Fuck
like,
you, John,
you
and
also
whatever you're
have
saying.
like toxic positivity, where you have people who just don't want to acknowledge that there are faults inherent with humankind. So like what Red Eye's saying, like we need to teach kids empathy. There are people who don't want to acknowledge that, hey, kids are naturally prone to bullying and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're in denial. They don't want to acknowledge that
Yeah.
it's a problem because they want to live in their rainbows and sunshine reality, where like maybe there's like 0.001% of people that do that, but most people are just wonderful, kind, accepting like individuals, so we can just not do anything about it.
Yeah, that's true. I just say we should kill kids.
That could be a good idea. I mean,
I'm
overpopulation.
I'm okay with the death penalty for children.
I think like giving a kid an abortion while they're like in the womb, I think that's a bit too early. I think maybe people should raise their kid for like 10 or 12 years. And then there's this like rite of passage. Parents decide like once their kid is like 12, whether they want to keep their kid. Then
Right,
they
you got to
abort
meet
their
them
kid.
first before you decide.
Yeah. So we should have like this Logan's Run kind of abortion policy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in Australia, I'm just talking to Skip. My choice of words, but you learn. I suppose it is a taught thing, but you learn at a very young age to just watch the fucking ground where you're walking and don't look off into the distance, because there's certain snakes in Australia that will freeze in place and you'll step on them and they'll bite you. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to express that properly, but things like protecting your eyes and that doesn't really seem to be taught. That's something that you must either learn yourself or instinctually pick up, would be the way I'd put it. But yeah, it's not ingrained on DNA, and the first day you're born, you instinctively know to cover your eyes from the bright light when you pop out of your mum's baby cannon. Yeah, but the hypothesis is
which one of you
insects,
motherfuckers got a squeaky ass chair?
That's me. My new chair is squeaky as a motherfucking piece of shit. I'm about to take it back because it annoys me that much.
I was going to blame Shabisky.
Yeah, mine doesn't squeak. What the
Mine
fuck?
squeaks a little bit.
Mine's fucked.
Mine doesn't squeak at all. It's so cool.
Quit doing, you gonna fall out of your damn chair.
No, it has like a spring-loaded back.
Yeah, mine does too, but everybody thinks I'm always gonna fall out of my chair when I do that, but it has the lock thing.
Yeah.
Mine just has a squeak, no springs, just squeaks.
Just squeak, squeak.
Squeaky, squeak, squeak.
I blame bad kids for your squeaky chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're called. They're called baby cannons. It's like, punk, fire one, punk. It's a boy. Fire two, punk. It's twins. It's another boy.
Yeah.
Kung Fire 3. Oh my god, it's a demon spawn. Can we get a refund on that third one? No, bugger.
Oh, look, AW is trying to preach ethics to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at him virtue signaling.
You're right.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm way more ethnical than you.
Yeah.
Way more ethical.
Look at how altruistic I am. Like, I don't think kids should be, like, killed when they're, like, 12 years old. Virtue signaling, like, piece of shit.
Damn, Gene.
John's being so mean.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Gene's
I'm
a
a bully.
ass.
So I think we could all agree that things like the concept of empathy and kindness and all of those things are lessons that are passed on from adults to children. Like that's kind of what they may have used the Bible to try and do, and it might have gone horribly pear-shaped. But it's, yeah, you're trying to teach the young'uns to, treat each other nicely, because if we all look after each other, we'll probably have a better chance at being successful and continuing on and growing, instead of not being successful and not growing.
Well, I don't know. Have you ever read Paul Bloom's Against Empathy?
Have you ever seen Paul Blart Mall Cop?
Yeah, pretty bad film.
Hey, it teaches you all about empathy.
Yeah, it's one of those Adam Sandler movies, even though he wasn't in it. But Happy Madison Productions.
Well, you just said Paul Bloom. It made me think Paul Blart. That's all it is.
But in the book Against Empathy, he discusses how, like, empathy can cloud people's judgment, because sometimes it's like you got to use critical thinking, logic, and reasoning. And
yep, I agree with that.
Yeah, and it's things like sometimes, like, people will side with somebody just because they look innocent, and that's empathy telling you, like, hey, this person's a kid, so you got to feel sorry for them. But sometimes it's not really pragmatic to do that.
But you can't stop being empathetic because of that shit. I mean, but yeah, and people will take advantage of your empathy too, and take advantage of just there's shitty people out there, John.
Yeah, like there's people that, like, you have the false flag narrative where they'll play the victim and they feed off of people's empathy. And what people fail to acknowledge is, it's like, well, when you're being a white knight, it's like, you don't know who's right or who's wrong. So just because somebody's upset doesn't automatically mean they're the victim.
That's true.
Yeah, like the chick at the mall and the Victoria's Secret throwing
Yeah.
a fit.
But a lot of people do that. A lot of people, they've learned throughout their life that if they cry and throw a fit and play the victim, that they'll attract a bunch of gullible idiots that are like, hey, what did you do to them? People being upset for irrational reasons? That never happens.
But then again, we see that stuff. We see people taking advantage of that situation, and then we get an edge on us that sometimes blinds us to real problems. The people we really need it, we avoid it. You know what I'm saying? We become like immune to like real issues. So we have to learn how to like walk that line, right? Like, it's hard. It's hard to say who's being honest and who's not, but you don't want to get too tough about it and say, well, they're just another faker. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I worded what I was trying to say.
Well,
in my head, I knew what I was trying to say.
Yeah. What you're trying to say is you have to provide, like, or you have to apply analysis and assessment. It's a case-by-case basis. You need to look into it to determine what's going on instead of just jumping to conclusions, which a lot of people do.
Yeah, John, don't try to explain me, John, right?
No.
I'm joking. You quit being a bully, John.
Fucking Gene.
Sorry, I get, like, it makes me feel better about myself. When I feel like shit and then I bully people, I feel it boosts my self-esteem. And see, I feel insecure because this guy Shabisky always bullies me. So then I go and bully other people to feel better about myself. See how abusive he is?
You're a dumb nerd. Get over it.
God.
Don't be a dumb nerd, John.
Yeah.
So if I ever bully anyone and you guys get triggered and upset, blame Shabisky, because Shabisky bullying me is why I'm bullying you.
Shabisky's a big bully.
Yeah.
It was an accident. Red Eye was being rude to me the other day.
Red Eye never bullies.
It was his fault.
So when I bully people, like blame Shab, but don't blame Shab, blame Red Eye, because Red Eye bullies Shab, and then
Red Eye
Shab
was
feels
rude to me
upset
that
and he
one
bullies
time.
me. Yeah.
Red Eye was rude to me that one time, and ever since then, I've been a bully to everyone, and I don't know how to handle my emotions. Fuck you.
I hope you get herpes in your left testicle.
I hope I give you herpes.
I already got him. Ah.
I hope I get your herpes then. Fuck you. Okay, let's
Shab
share.
doesn't have a left testicle.
Eat the chips I sent you then.
Right?
I rubbed my nuts all over the legs.
Oh, I was wondering why they were so salty.
Yeah. No, I wiped all the salt off of them with my nuts.
If it's illegal to like sleep with people if you have like AIDS, shouldn't it also be like illegal to sleep with people if you have like herpes and gonorrhea?
You know, I made the point today, I think it was today when you mentioned that it is illegal if you have AIDS and you acknowledge, you know you have AIDS and you sleep with someone. It's a crime. It's a crime. That's the way I look at it with fucking COVID right now.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I said that there. I compared the two. If you're going out, it should. But I know it's 99. I did say some shit that, a lot of people are like, I don't know about that. Because I would honestly, I'm okay with, I would be okay with you have to, if you want to go into a public place, you have to show a fucking vaccination card. I'm okay with that.
I think we should have how they have like military checkpoints in countries like Israel, where you go through the checkpoint and like it makes it a burden to go from point A to point B. We should have that with like vaccines. It's like in order to go through the checkpoint, it's like either get vaccinated or you can't pass the checkpoint. And then people are like, oh my God, all these damn checkpoints. And they're just like, whatever, give me the damn vaccine.
I mean, I know, like I said when I was saying what I was saying, like this is just my personal opinion. I don't. I'm not the system. It's just what I feel. But yeah. Anyways, we're not going to get it because Race is going to start with her libertarian bullshit again. She knows I'm picking at her. Please consider tipping if you can. We are in I guess we're going a third hour because I've only made one tip and it was small. It's not even nowhere near what I need. I mean, I appreciate the tip, but I just need a lot more. So if you can tip, I would appreciate it highly. I think somebody did tip actually just now. Billy Boy Blue gave $10. He said Shabisky rubs the lotion on his skin or else he gets the hose again. Sup, boys and girls. Thank you very much, Billy Boy. Appreciate the $10 tip. Very much so. Keep those coming in, guys. The more we get, the better it is for me. I got all kind of things I got to pay for.
Wait, now, like, if it's illegal to sleep with other people if you have AIDS, like, what if you have, like, herpes and you have people over and you just, like, rub, like, the food and the drinks over your herpes and, like, serve it to people? Should that be illegal?
Do what now?
Like, what if you, like have people over and you rub your like herpes all over like their clothes or over the drinks? Should that be illegal? No.
Yeah.
Because I always thought if I had herpes, that's what I would do.
Oh, you're a fucking idiot.
Just see what would happen. What?
Billy Boy, keep going. He's down to tip. Hell, I'll keep going as though you tip, buddy. And John will match it. Every dollar you give, John will give 100. So.
I don't remember agreeing to that.
It is, I know you did. I'm just joking. But, yeah. I do need a lot, so, yeah. Anyways, Red Eye and Shabby are having sex in the back room, I think. They're both away from the keyboard, so it's just me and you, baby.
Oh. Let's talk about video games some more.
Let's not.
No.
Y'all are taking advantage of my weakened state right now. I do feel like it.
What?
Because I'm not really aggressive right now. You can tell I'm not the usual aggressive Pimpmunk. I'm just not. Because I'm going through a lot right now. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to go into details of what I'm going through, but I am going through a lot right now. And I feel like that you guys are taking advantage of my situation.
I'm not taking advantage of it. I like this Pimpmunk. You're more chill.
So you like me before you like this? That is a shitty thing to say.
Well, you don't. Right now, you don't seem like upset. You seem pretty like chill and more like down to earth. Now I feel awkward.
You should, dude. You should feel bad. You should feel like horrible, like a horrible person.
Oh. Yeah, I am told that I'm pretty horrible.
You are pretty horrible, John. I don't think I like you anymore.
People like have come up with conspiracies where I'm really like I was really the person behind like World War II and the Holocaust and like Cambodia and the killing fields.
Really?
It's weird how like once you get on the internet and like I don't even have like 200 subscribers and you start to have somewhat of a identity online, like you get these people who just hate your guts and it's like I barely know you. Like what's your issue? And it's like they'll find like these huge crazy conspiracies to brand you as like the Antichrist and it's like I never knew this many crazy people existed.
You talking about me?
Yes. Oh, Billy Boy Blue says I'm the best wood member.
Dude, fuck Billy.
Yeah, Billy's not smart right now.
He only gave me $10 the other day when he could have gave me more. I know he had more. Fucking asshole.
He did have more.
Pissed me off. I need Pokemon fucking cards, dude.
Yeah, you do.
Who? What?
Pokemon cards.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You gonna poke me in the what?
I need groceries and bill payment.
I need groceries and Pokemon cards.
What can I have? Can I have a cheeseburger? Oh no, the cat got the fucking cheeseburgers years ago. Shit. Damn. No, I'll just send me some good vibes. Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do.
Email me with good vibes.
That'll do, pig.
Yeah.
Shut up, Gene.
What?
Nothing. I just knew you were about to talk.
What? I'm the greatest.
I wanted to shut you up before you got talking.
What?
Shut up.
What?
What is he doing right now?
Yeah, I need some more coffee. See, I got my second cup.
Yeah? I don't think you need no more coffee. It makes you mean, Gene.
Yeah. Mean Gene.
Caffeine's good for you. Like when you're feeling all like down and everything. I mean,
shit, it makes me jittery as hell. I can't handle it.
I need my caffeine jitters. I want to be able to function.
I can't do coffee at all, dude. I got It fucks me up, man.
Dude, I like I don't want to sound all like egghead up here, but like the conditions I have, they cause like chronic fatigue. I need my caffeine.
I just call skeptical Jesus our Lord and Savior. Is that okay? I hope so. If it ain't, oops. Oopsie.
I agree, Billy Boy. He did just say that. I mean, John wants to complain about people saying they hate him, but he did literally just say he wanted to rub his herpes on people's food.
Dude, don't you think it would be interesting to see what would happen? Shab,
No. We'll just stop that there and go emphatically fucking no. See, I even pulled out the word emphatically. I cannot be.
You know what? Let's go do it, John. Let's give the world herpes.
God
Yeah,
damn
we need to
it.
get herpes from somebody, and then we need to test this out, like on the next family Thanksgiving or
We'll go
put it
around
on
with a
every
squirt
Christmas
gun.
dinner.
No.
Go around with a squirt gun with herpes in it.
Toothbrushes like South Park. Just go around and use everybody's toothbrush. Boom. Bang.
Rena, you was just saying no. Don't join it.
Well, like
Yeah.
South Park was linked and it's got me across the line on our support this project of
Rena,
herpes
stay
spreading.
on the good side of people.
It's too late. I've
I'm
crossed
a bad
over.
influence on a red eye.
It was like
Yeah.
the concept of seeing a South Park phenomenon actually go worldwide of just herpes being spread globally via people's toothbrushes because people's children let hookers into their houses to do it and infect all their toothbrush. That would be magnificently South Park.
That's horrible.
I know.
We are into the third hour now, so yeah, we are going to third hour. So please consider tipping. Damn,
Hey, thanks for stopping by. I was
Me?
hoping you'd pop in here. Thank you. Gotcha.
Oh,
Come back with a sock. Yeah,
Oh.
that was the lovely person that was in your chat the other day, talking up a storm.
Yeah, they're one of the anti-John people who
Oh,
they came in my chat saying that I sound like an incel or whatever, basically
Nah.
coming in just being totally immature to me, and then somehow John's a bad person.
well,
yeah.
John is a bad person.
Hey,
Yeah.
all I do is
Thank-
fantasize about giving other people herpes. I don't see what the big deal is.
Thanks for stopping by, though. I do appreciate it.
I
Bye-bye.
need to make a lot of money, and I ain't make shit.
Yeah.
I'm very upset.
If that person is not a troll, they have some sort of fucking mental issue going on, because they literally said I was harassing people. It's like, who
Well,
am I harassing?
Beck and Kino said you were harassing
Nah.
people, so it must be true.
If that's a real person, then maybe that's what's being said. But
Well,
trying
stop
to say
harassing people, Shabisky.
yeah, Shad.
Quit being mean, biscuits.
I'm a jerk.
What I love is the person she's standing up for, like, they freak out over people making like autism jokes, and yet she's calling me a spurg, and it's like, well, wait a second, I thought I'm an asshole who bullies this person because I made a joke about people with autism liking Pokemon.
Well, everybody cherry picks when it comes to that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Everybody does.
That person's not consistent with their logic. Their friends can treat other people one way, and then you're not allowed to treat their friends the same way. It's it's unfair bullshit. Whatever. Fuck
Yeah,
them.
thank you for stopping by, though. We do appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic day and rest of your week.
Yeah.
I think we should also ban Skeptical Jesus because he's bullying me. He's going too far.
I'm not banning my Lord and Savior. How's
Lord and Savior.
How's it going to get fucked down, mate?
He says I had bad person disease. That's hurting my feelings.
Well, the creator of the universe probably has an insight onto these things, and that's the Father, the Son. You know how that Holy Trinity weirdness works? I don't fucking know, but apparently somebody fucking does. And the Lord and Savior, our Lord and Savior, says, no, bad person, John. You must be a bad person. And they said it on the fucking internet, so it must be true.
No.
Ooh.
I love
Is that
you,
how that
John.
works?
I don't think you're a bad person.
I don't think you're a bad person either, John.
Mm.
As long as you donate 20 to Pimp, then you're good.
Shit, fuck 20, 250.
Oh,
Skeptical Jesus is trying to help me, so that's nice.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Pepita
Lord-
chips is in here.
Really?
Pepita chips has been banned here forever, Agent. I don't think. Fuck Pepita chips. That motherfucker.
Oh, Pepita chips is all right.
A
Just
piece of
was it-
shit.
bit of shit posting.
Pepita chips is a piece of shit.
A lot of shit posting.
I don't like Pepita chips.
Oh, I didn't mind them. Shit posting.
I don't like Pepita chips.
Hold on. Challenge accepted. La 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 la.
No one can bully me.
La 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 la.
I am
No,
unbullyable.
That's too easy, Origin. You're too easy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was-
bully Origin. I don't bully Origin because Origin's too easy.
That was a give me, wasn't it? Really, that was like shooting fish in a barrel that time. It's
I
like
did
low
not
hang-
do that, by the way. I don't know. Red Eye timed him out. I did not do that.
That was not low hanging fruit. That was fruit that had fallen off the tree and had been fermenting on the ground for a week, and I just slipped over in it. Whee!
Yeah.
That's
No,
sexy.
Origin came on my stream this weekend. He actually did, or last weekend. He actually did a good job.
Yeah.
He's all right. I'm just fucking with him.
Yeah.
Don't take that seriously when I time people out in chat. It's like if I time you out, I'm just fucking around.
I don't like him.
That's just fun and games to me. In fact, where's Mr. Bowling? I need to time Mr. Bowling out for
I don't
about
like
3
bowling
hours.
either. I don't like bowling. You notice I'm just not liking nobody right now.
Yeah, that's okay.
I like John Morgan.
Fuck Gene.
No, don't
Yeah.
do that. Don't insult John.
Fuck you,
Funny-
Gene.
Funny thing about killing off all
John,
mosquitoes.
show us your muscles.
Oh Jesus! No, don't do
Yeah,
that.
Shad. You
No,
ain't got
John.
muscles.
Don't be
Yeah.
like
Oh,
don't
look
do
at
the
that.
egghead where you take every
See,
chance to do
that's-
something stupid and annoying. I don't
That
want
right
to see
there,
you
that's
move.
chisel perfection, Shabisky. That right
See,
there.
you're bullying Egghead. What did Egghead ever do to you?
He only turned
Why
on me
are
when I
y'all
was his friend.
bullying Egghead tonight?
He
Y'all-
unfollowed Shabisky.
Yeah.
God damn,
he-
that's not a crime to unfollow.
Yes, it is.
Like
He
seriously,
turned on me. All I
he-
did was
he-
be his friend.
like Shabby was so upset when it dawned on him that Egghead was no longer following him on social media. It was like that social validation just disappeared. It vaporized. And look
Can
at
I
his
be
face.
honest?
Look.
I only
Yeah.
follow Shabisky because he's a part of my show. If he
Well,
wasn't on the show, I wouldn't follow his ass.
But my
why?
Twitter is funny sometimes, maybe.
You know,
Not ever.
yeah.
Very big now and then.
It has kitty photos on it, so that makes it worth
Whoa,
following.
what?
Whoa.
Kitty photos.
Kitty photos. You say.
Kitty photos as his kitty cat. He's got a fucking cat, remember?
Well, be careful. We know about those accusations.
Kitty.
How you
Jesus
pronounce
Christ.
that?
You assholes. I hate you. Go fuck yourselves. I'm going to go make a hot dog now. Fuck,
Well,
fuck
we
all
can't
of you.
have
I
it. You
quit.
can't speak fucking English properly.
Shut up, you fucking pack of chuzzwazzers.
It's Kitty.
Yeah, my child
Kitty
was
cat.
That's what I fucking said, you
No,
fuck.
you said
No.
Kitty.
Aussies, they don't speak
kitty.
English the right way.
Kitty.
Kitty.
Fuck off.
They
Your
call
red cat was,
ACDC
You
Akadaka.
Shut up, John. You don't get to call it that because you're not from here, so you can shut the fuck up, mate.
Ooh,
Yeah,
That's
Akadaka.
like declaring war on Australia. It's like an American saying Akadaka. It's like, no, you have to say ACDC, the gods of rock and roll. Address your fucking superiors properly, sir. Gee whiz. Fucking amateurs. Got to teach them everything, boss, about how to address ACDC properly. See,
Yeah.
Pimp can say Akadaka because he's watched a show or a movie called Maximum.
Overdrive.
And yeah, and Pimp's schooled in the ways of the Akadaka, mate.
The Akadaka.
You, sir, have not.
You're not an Akadakian.
Good day to you, sir. I said good day.
Yeah.
Dude, what they call it like bag sacks,
what?
and they call like buckets pails.
No. We're
Well,
calling
we-
buckets down here, mate.
God,
A lot of
See,
people call
they're
buckets
all-
pails. though.
they're all backwards.
Yeah, but a lot of people call buckets pails.
They call like pacifiers dummies.
Well, you're a
Yep.
pacifier, John.
Yeah, that's why we have that classic saying in Australia, spit the dummy. Wouldn't sound as cool as, oh, you're going to spit the pacifier, are you, mate? Way too many syllables. So
But it
we ain't got
won't-
time. We ain't got fucking time to say that fucking long word. We just say spit the dummy, mate.
But you owe the clock $100 for saying Winger's the key. Gotta rock.
What?
You're doing
Oh, no.
language all wrong.
No, look, we'll allow regional titles for gods of rock. There you go. Because
Not
there are more.
fucking Winger though. Goddamn.
Well, if they think that's
That's
who
stupid.
am I to argue? Everybody has their own messiah.
No,
Come on now.
that's not. No, he owes the clock $100 for saying that.
Okay.
Fucking Winger. You
I can live with
suck
that.
my dick.
Oh damn.
Damn.
Let me say it's how well you know me, John Morgan. What is my favorite song of all time, John?
The wheels on the bus.
I will let you touch me on the butthole. Is that your favorite song?
Do you know my favorite song, Shabisky?
I don't know. I don't feel like no.
Red, do you know my favorite song?
Big Balls. By
Your favorite song is "Please Touch Me on the Butthole."
No, God, y'all guys don't know me.
Stinky Britches.
Mini Men by 50 Cent.
No, I bet you $100 if Raven Girls listen. She can.
It's raining. It's raining men.
Let's see if anybody in the chat room can get it.
What about? Is it a Little Fall of Rain from Les Mis?
No. I'm waiting.
Can't touch this.
Oh.
I fucking can't remember
You
it. It's
should
on the tip
know
of my
it.
tongue. I know, and because you've said it enough.
Josh Groban's "You Raise Me Up."
No, but you raise me up.
Yeah, so I can walk on water.
I can't believe it.
Yeah,
It's Whiter Shade of Pale by Procol Harum.
It's what?
Whiter Shade of Pale by Procol Harum. That is my favorite song of all time.
Okay, so it's not raining men. My bad.
Yeah. Skip the light, fandango.
Here, what is it again? I'm going to type it in.
Whiter Shade of Pale.
Whiter Shade of Pale.
Yeah, by Procol Harum.
Oh, whiter, not wider.
Whiter, like the color white.
Yeah.
Whiter shade.
What are you, dumb?
What? I have
You
issues like
fucking
discerning
idiot,
which.
Gene?
Hey, they sound similar.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Uh-huh.
Look at my kitty. Look how cute he is.
Yeah, I love that song. That's my favorite song of all time.
I'm trying to think, what would my favorite song be? God, there's so many good songs from different genres. Have you ever heard of what is it, Zager and Eggers, or Zager and Evans, In the Year 2525?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say I really like that song. What genre would that be? It would just be like classic rock, I think. I like Billy Joel's, so maybe like the Ballad of Billy the Kid.
Billy Boy Blues a lying bastard, by the way. He said if we kept going for the third hour, he would keep tipping. He ain't tipped not once in the third hour. He's a lying sack of shit, Shabisky.
Yeah. I don't know if we should keep him around. Yeah. I think we should ban Passionate Lobster. She says dork rock. See, she's bullying me. We need to ban anyone who bullies me because I can't take it.
I'll bully you.
Oh.
I certainly will.
But what about like Andre Ocelli? Shab doesn't like him. I've tried to get Shab to listen to Andre Ocelli.
Okay.
You mean the couple?
Yeah. See, I showed him this music video, and it's like a song he did with his son, and Shab's like, he wants to fuck his son. That's like the first thing that comes in Shab's head.
They had two pianos to where they close together to where they were back to back while playing the piano, and it was just like I don't know. I couldn't help but make a joke.
Shab has a dirty mind.
He wants to fuck his son.
And by the way, Shab, it's not piano, it's piano.
Can I, plural.
The piano.
Piano. Oh. Piano. Piano.
And then it's in the South, we say piano.
Piano
Here.
sandwich.
Play that piano, boy.
I put a link to the music video in the private chat, and Shab, according to him, like the first thing that pops in his head is like, oh, does he want to fuck his son?
Well, does he
Yeah.
want to fuck his son? No,
He does. You can tell.
I don't think so.
They're into each other, like way into each other. It's hot.
Let me watch here real quick. I'll tell you if he wants to fuck his son or not.
He does. Just skip a little bit until you see them back to back.
Well, hell, I'd fuck his son. His son's pretty.
You're right. They're a cute couple, right? See how they like back to back playing the piano and shit, like ready to kiss.
Man, yeah, he's a fuckable person.
What have I come back to? God damn.
Yeah, we're talking about incest.
We're talking about incest. Pianist that incest. It's cool.
I always liked it myself.
It's cool stuff. We changed the subject a little bit. The pianists that fuck their sons.
Pianers.
Go get me some more coffee, James.
I also like in Les Mis, like the Love Trio song.
Yeah, that's
like 3 songs back to back.
And there's nothing wrong with this. It's not a bad statement, but John, I think you may be gay.
What? Because I like Les Mis and Andre Ocelli?
Yeah.
Oh. So only gay guys can be fans of musicals and opera?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's kind of homophobic.
Let me ask you one question. This will see if you... Are you a big, huge fan of Lady Gaga?
No.
I don't believe you.
I don't like her music. I think if she performed like different types of songs, she could be very decent, but the kind of instrumentals that go along with her songs and stuff, it kind of bleeds into pop territory. I think if she got away from that kind of like borderline pop genre of music, I think she has a lot of potential, but I'm not a big fan of like the
I didn't
lyric.
want you to break it down like this.
Yeah,
but that's okay. I do want to say this real quick. Billy Boy Blue gave another $10. He said, "We may not agree on music, but we definitely agree that you are worth $10 and maybe more. You beautiful son of a bitch." Thank you. I'm definitely worth more than $10 fucking dollars. So keep it coming. I'm trying to get a lot tonight, a good little chunk, because I definitely need it. So I appreciate it.
Dude, like Skeptical Jesus keeps bullying me. He keeps calling me a snowflake. We need to ban Skeptical Jesus. He keeps triggering me.
Fuck Skeptical Jesus.
It's not nice to mock people, Skeptical Jesus. See, Raisin Girl likes my music.
Well, Raisin Girl's got a vagina.
See, oh God, Pimp. But see, we got to ban everybody except Raisin Girl because Raisin Girl only says nice things to me. So we need to ban everyone who says mean things to me.
Shabby, you put that John Morgan in the gulag for me. Wanting to ban all my friends and shit. Get him out of here for a second. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Forget about it. All right, bring the piece of shit back.
Wait, did someone leave?
Yeah. It's perfect the way it is.
I don't
now.
notice any different.
No. It smells a little better.
Dude, yeah, it looks a lot nicer here all of a sudden.
Air quality is improved by 15%, 20%.
Yeah.
23, 20, 30%. What's going on?
Dude, the viewership's going up now. Dude. Oh, great. Now we're losing
viewers. I feel
viewers.
oppressed.
Oh, now we're losing viewers.
Air quality's dipped below 20%. Auga. Oh.
I'm scared.
Brother, do me a favor, okay?
Yes, sir.
Don't ever do Auga again.
Yeah, all Z's don't do it the right way.
Yeah, Auga.
Shut up, you fucking chuzwazzers.
It's kind of cute how you did it. I kind of.
You're a planka chazwaza.
Damn, that was racist.
Stop!
You are.
Quit being a homophobe racist.
You're a planka.
I'll point your ass.
You're a chazwaza. Chim Sheree.
He's doing a little Dick Van Dyke.
I did the best Australian accent. Irie, mate.
Oh, God. None of you even come fucking close.
I got a knife, and I'll cut you with my knife. Oh, yeah. See, I did it.
Right, you sound like you're on the set of EastEnders trying to sell me a pint of beer at the fucking at the
I
local
think
pub.
that my Australian accent
Queen
is
Vic.
closer to the real Australian accent than your Australian accent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You say you're a better Australian than that?
Yeah, I'm better at doing an Australian accent than him.
Yep.
I'm Australian. See?
I'm a
That's
fake
good.
Australian. That's the problem. Shabisky's busted me. He's like, he's a real Aussie. I'm a fake Australian. God
It's
damn
true. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
it. Bloody Chuz was us.
This isn't really a knife.
Oh, see, you've played Knifey Spoony before.
Spoon you.
Ooh. Spooky. Yeah, see? Our Lord and Saviour just doesn't know who said what, then we've got them utterly confused. They don't know who's the Aussie now. Everyone's confused.
Cheers, Waza.
I
Crikey.
wonder what fried
Crikey.
kangaroo tastes like.
It's
What,
like
what?
poop.
Catfish.
Hmm.
Yeah,
What's
it tastes just
catfish taste like?
catfish.
Kangaroo.
Oh.
Kangaroo.
Yeah, mate. Everyone plays a bit of Knifey Spoony down here.
I gotta get a dude. You know what? I haven't done that certain female character in a while, and
Oh, God.
I just realized how the fuck am I gonna do it now with a bear?
You're going to have to... Oh, dude. Can you get, like, dyes that just wash out really easy for it? Like, and just dye it, like, fucking bright pink or a whole bunch of different...
I can.
There's
Weird
girls
colours.
with beards and mustaches. I think they're cute.
Yeah, Shab's girlfriend has a beard.
Whoa!
Whoa! Kicking at
Wow. Oh, wow.
it. Fuck.
Wow. That just
It's gone
escalated
way too
quickly.
far. It's gone way too far. This Chuz was a Plonka dick sucking bastard. Fuck you before I get a knife.
Did
I'll
you-
get a knife.
And he'll spoony you. Crikey,
I'll
damn it, bugger.
I'm gonna spoon you so hard, Gene.
I'll tell you what. This may not be an incentive for everybody, but I'll bring Pimpish on the show next week if I make at least. I need a lot of money. At least if I make 300 a night. I know I'm not gonna make it, but I'm trying. I'm trying my best. I got it. I'll get some land. Because Axe has got like a temporary hair dye you can use. And I'll do some stuff with the beard. But we gotta make 300 total. Nobody's gotta like give one person give 300, like total of 300.
Yeah, I don't think the beard's going to be too much of a problem for Pimpesha.
Yeah.
Just
Oh.
you could play it into the whole pandemic thing. There's just a shortage of like fucking beauty products. So it's like my facial hair may be a little bit longer than it should be, but you all don't notice.
Yeah.
Just play on it like that.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
You can get the hair dye that you can wash out.
But I'll donate 20 for every person who donates. So
Well, there you go. Thank you, John. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
not
if
for
you
every
don't-
donation.
I
but-
know.
yeah.
For every donation. What? You ought to do it for every donation.
I'm donacious.
For every donation, you should do 20.
Yeah.
You should. You gonna do it?
Well, until we reach the goal.
Until we reach the goal. That's all I'm asking, John. That's all I'm asking.
This is a fair arrangement.
Thank you, John. I appreciate the offer. I may not get nothing because there ain't been many tips, but so for every donation, John will give 20 until we reach the $300 goal. That is very generous of John to offer. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. It makes it, yeah, I appreciate it. I really do. A lot. So yeah, I heard Shab was anti-bully since sketchy.
Bullyception. I've heard of this phenomenon. Do. It's strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what's funny is one person who was like booted from Shab's community a while back. Like he came into one of Shab's streams and he's like, I bet John Morgan's a virgin. And then when I started like talking shit to him, he's like, you know what? I'm going to mute him because you know what you do to bullies? You ignore them. And it's like, you came on stream to talk shit to me and then I'm the bully?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is kind of fucked up.
I think it's kind of like funny that some of the most like thin-skinned people are like some of the people that talk the most shit.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot.
Depends on the day for me. Some days I just really don't give a fuck, and other days it's just like I've got the thinnest I've got paper thin skin.
I'll be honest. Lately, I've had paper thin skin. I really have. I've not been the same. I'm not. I'm in a different spot right now, and I will eventually get better. But I have been a little bit off my game, and I've let people, talk shit like and stuff, and I've been off my game.
No, I got a bit of good news yesterday, so I've been in a fucking hell of a lot better mood.
Yeah, that is good news, though. You can talk. Go ahead and talk about what your good news is.
Oh, well, I finally got a booking for a fucking vaccination in 3 weeks. So get my first shot in 3 weeks. And slept last night. Kind of. So just got to hunker down for 3 weeks and stay home and then go for a little road trip. About an hour's round trip. I'll be right. And so getting my first shot.
Man, I'm proud for you, man. I'm glad for you.
It's been weighing heavily on me, and I have rapidly been losing my sense of humor the more cases of Delta variant that pop up and the closer it gets.
Dude, it's so bad. The Delta is and listen here, folks, you need to really take this Delta serious because you know how before it was like it's mainly targeting old people. Delta don't give a fuck how old your ass is.
Yeah, it's hitting the young and the old. They've just lowered the vaccination age to include 12-year-olds in Australia.
Yeah, Delta don't give one wet shit how old you are.
And it's really funny. You can come to Australia now, you can kind of see how the different sides of politics are playing. And it's actually, there's some conservative states are doing it differently. So New South Wales, their premier is currently got the attitude of, oh, well, it's in the community now. We've got to learn to live with it. And the rest of Australia is got a zero tolerance policy. So New South Wales has found themselves fucking cut off from the rest of Australia. And like I said, I think 2 days ago, they've actually started posting army troops to back up the cops at local checkpoints along the border here. And it's just really sad to see that with a little bit more effort, and if she locked down a week earlier, they could have stopped that D variant outbreak in the western suburbs of Sydney, stone cold dead, but they chose to stay open for that extra week or two. And now they're up to nearly 500 cases a day and 4 people died in the last 24 hours. So we had one verified case yesterday and it's one that was known about that was already in isolation. So it's just really interesting to see how different states play it. Victoria has gone into a total lockdown. I think New South Wales is an entire state. And so she locked down the first week. She could have avoided what they're about to do, which is enforce a statewide curfew, that's even crazier than a lockdown shit we had. You couldn't go within further than 10 kilometers from your house.
Damn.
And you couldn't, unless it was for important work. What was the other rule? You just, no parties, no congregations, just stay the fuck at home. And the different strategies employed by different states, it's just like night and day. Hundreds of cases a day in one state, 0 cases or 1 case a day in the other states. So, it's get the fucking shit rolled out, and then we all got to get our booster shots 8 months after our second dose of the vaccine.
Damn.
Yep.
Man, I'm glad you don't get it, though.
Yeah, man. It's
I hear guinea pigs in the background.
No, they're birds. Squeakers.
Some loud
actually called noisy miners.
Noisy miners.
And they are, how do I put this? They are fucking little assholes, right? So they fly around in little fucking murderous fucking flocks and they gang up on other birds. And you'll see like a magpie flying along and it's doing aerobatics because there's like 5 of these noisy miners pecking at its fucking tail feathers. And the magpie could turn around and kill all 5 of them if it wanted to, but it's just, they're so annoying that the other birds don't engage with them. They just fly away. And then you got the blue-headed honeysuckles. They make a very similar noise, so it could have been one of them actually as well. Because I have birds of paradise flowers out the front door.
Now, when do you think the D variant will mutate into like a double D variant? Oh, that was a bad joke.
I'm hoping we don't see too many more fucking variants come out because, look, here's the deal with mutations. The next mutation might create it so the virus dies out and it can't spread. It might actually create a mutation where it prevents itself from fucking spreading any further. There's also a chance that it could mutate into something that's similar to what we saw in that movie, the fucking Andromeda strain. So how about we just keep rocking and get this shit under control? Because as soon as we're all vaccinated, or the vast majority of vaccinated, it takes the load off medical systems all over. Like New South Wales's hospitals are basically fucked at the moment. Pimp said in his state, there are hospitals that are just not accepting people.
Yeah.
They've got cannot fucking, even if you're fucking dying, they leave you out the front door ramped up in an ambulance ready to die. Because they can't, there's no space. It's at breaking point, and this is why continuing the rollout of vaccine is very important at this stage, because you ain't out of the woods yet in America, and we're with current rollout by November, 80% of our population will be vaccinated, and we went from middle of 2022 to fucking end of 2021, which is pretty impressive. Our government's finally taken this shit seriously, but I'm getting a fucking dose of fucking vaccine in 3 weeks, and I could not book a dose 2 weeks ago to save my own life. I tried for a month. So yeah,
you know what? Like I'm wondering, it's like when it comes to virology, like the structure of like the HIV virus, it's like it only spreads through like direct contact. Like, what if a virus like that like spread through the air? Imagine how fucked we would be. I'm wondering, like, when it comes to like the like structure of that kind of virus, like maybe it's not really practical for a virus like that to spread through the air. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do an episode on that, and I'm going to read about some biology and epidemiology and kind of discuss the, I guess, pragmatics of that.
Well, here's the funny thing about COVID. It's a coronavirus. We've never really successfully created a vaccine for coronaviruses before, but when the whole world was getting dick punched by it, instead of even the Chinese were coming to the party with some data, and that's why we sort of got over the fucking speed bump of working out what would battle it. Now, D variant and Lambda, they are a little less. What's the word I'm looking for here? The virus, the vaccine's still effective against them. It's just Lambda's a little bit better at the potential of it working around what we've done, but it's still stopped dead in its tracks by the vaccine. And the next generation that's going to be the broad-based one, that's hopefully the pill, stops the whole infection process from taking place, so it can't even enter our body in the first place. And that's going to be the broad spectrum one. So and that's Vaxart and a few other companies. There's an Israeli company working on. These are all pills. So hopefully in another, we might have to get one more booster injection, but then after that it's a pill. And you just got to drive it down, and so there's no reservoirs out in the populations, and it eventually peters out and dies. But it could take several years to do that. If we go back and look at some other pandemics, they can hang around for several years if we don't take it too seriously. But light at the end of the tunnel, the world came together and kind of did something they hadn't done before, which is create a vaccine for a coronavirus, and that's kind of fucking cool.
It is kind of cool.
Unlike Shabisky.
Lambda variant to take out all the nerds. Jesus Christ, I have not watched that movie in years. Revenge of the fucking Nerds. I used to love those movies.
Yeah, they were pretty cool back in the day.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Revenge of the Nerds or any of those movies, Shabby?
I don't think so. That
They
doesn't.
watch Porky's too, man. Porky's.
Oh fuck! You got Porky's and you got Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You know what? I'd even throw Pretty in Pink in that
Ferris
fucking
Bueller's
lot.
Day Off. I've seen that a couple of times.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. I fucking like
That's written
Bueller.
the same style as like Porky's and Nerds, though. Really?
Oh no, it's not. It's more of a in the style of Pretty in Pink. There was the Rat Pack were making all of those movies. Molly Ringwald and fucking those dudes.
Yeah.
And
I like
actually,
the
the
Breakfast Club.
guy that went on to play Dexter, he was in those fucking in those movies too. I think, wasn't he?
Was he?
I think he was.
Doing a
I think
Dexter
he
follow-up?
No.
But the young kid, wasn't he?
No, yeah, I know who you're talking. You just said
Different dude.
different
All
dude.
right.
That's Michael something. Shit.
He was in a
did
bunch of shows too.
He was in a show on USA for a while. I can't remember the name of the show.
I'll get him mixed up. Sorry.
Yeah.
But those two dudes, when they were young, did look a hell of a lot alike.
I guess
get
they
them mixed up. Yeah.
You know what show's pretty decent? It would be like if Dexter was a comedy. Have you ever seen Barry on HBO?
Yeah, that shit
Yeah, that's a good
is
show.
that
Yeah.
goes between what the fuck and that's funny and then what the fuck and holy
That's
shit.
a really good show, yeah.
I think the first short scene I'd seen of that was where he was sitting with his friend in the car and his friend was basically saying, I've changed my mind. I'm not going to tell anybody about everything. And like Barry's, you could just see the look on the dude's face, what was about to happen. And
Thank
the
you,
dude
Random,
thinks he got away with it for a second. Then you see old mate pull his gun out and then the scene backs away and the shot's from about 30 feet away from the car and you just see the window go with blood all over it as it shot his mate in the fucking head. It's like, oh, oopsie.
Thank you, Random. Yeah, it was Michael Anthony Hall. That's his name.
Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, I get a lot of actors fucking mixed up. Seen a lot of movies over the years now. They all bleed into one another.
They do.
Yeah, Sweet 16, Molly Ringwald. There's a whole bunch of movies from that era that the Brat Pack made that were
I
pretty
like The
good.
Breakfast Club myself.
Yep.
That's a good movie.
Dude, have you seen The Breakfast Club, Shab?
I've seen only like a little bit of it. I remember seeing them in school and being like put in detention or whatever. I'm thinking of the right movie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
That's the movie. Yeah.
I've only seen
And-
little bits of it. I haven't really seen it.
I mean, he's pretty deep.
It's
Yeah.
not a bad flick. It
And
was sort
then,
of.
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say it was a good little sort of insight into that sort of time in history when you're growing up. It was like fluorescent shit and it was a nightmare time to grow up as a teen because everything was shit. When you look back at that era, it was like all of those trends were horrible. Fucking fluorescent socks, crap music.
But it's kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite scene is when like the teacher's talking to the janitor and the teacher's like having a midlife crisis, like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these kids and stuff. And he's like, kids haven't changed. The kids have always been kids. You're the one who's changed. And the movie was made in the 80s. So people always do that. Old generations are always like, oh, kids these days. And
Yeah. I've always tried to sort of not become like my dad did, is like try and stay flexible. I don't get a lot of the new trends, but when the kids started saying yeet, I was like, you know what? I'm on board and stuff gets yeeted now. I'm cool.
No, dude, they lost me with all that shit.
No, I'm totally
No
down
cap,
with the way.
dog.
I love the way language evolves, and I want to try and keep up with it for as long as possible. Because one day I am going to fall behind the times. Going, hey, get off my lawn, you goddamn whippersnappers, and take your Yeezys with you. I'll go, what the fuck is that old fucker talking about? It's like Yeezys. That's like what? Like, you wouldn't know a good pair of shoes that kick you upside of your ball sack, sonny. Get off my lawn. It's like, whoa. So, yeah, look out for the old dude that fucking wears Yeezys. He'll kick you in the nuts if you go on his lawn.
oh, who are you saying cringe to, Skeptical Jesus? What are you trying to
You.
say?
You obviously, you cringy fuck.
Yeah, that's right. Emilio Estevez was fucking in the Breakfast Club, yeah. And that's like, that's the Charlie Sheen's brother that stayed away from 7 gram rocks of winning. Where's fucking Charlie Sheen? I'll tell you where Charlie Sheen is, living the high life and all that fucking money he got from getting booted off that show and they had to fucking axe his contract and he got that big payout. He ain't giving a fuck. That was the best acting ever. It's like, all I have to do to get out of this show is to act like a fucking crazy asshole publicly. And he did. And then they threw him off the show and they had to pay him to get rid of him. A lot of money. Smart bastard.
Anyway.
No, he's crazy as. Yeah, no, you're right, Skep. Well, here's the thing about HIV now. A friend of mine that used to live with me is HIV positive and has been HIV positive for over 2 decades. There's medication there now where as long as you take it and you behave yourself, you can live basically a normal, the same length of time that they're in their 50s now. And they just got to, you got to be able to afford the drugs. And luckily in Australia, they go on the pharmaceutical benefits.
Look here, guys. Y'all think y'all can go a little bit longer with me? If you can't, I understand.
Yeah, I'm cool. I can hang for another half hour.
If you can't, I understand. I'm trying to make this fucking go.
Yeah, in Australia, that stuff's on the pharmaceutical benefit scheme. So anyone that's diagnosed can get access to those drugs that basically save their life. It doesn't cure HIV, but it prevents you from fucking dying from associated
St. Elmo's
illnesses.
Fire. That's the movie I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the one? Kiefer Sutherland and they fucking basically killed themselves for a few minutes and then brought themselves back. What was that one called?
That was with Julia Roberts was in there.
Yep,
too.
Julia Roberts was in it. Yep.
Fuck, I can't think of the name.
I can't remember the name of it. That was a free Flatliners, nice one. That was a fucking
Hey, John.
really freaky movie.
That's the view of a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Flatliners. I love that movie. That was just like that was a bit. The whole concept was like, oh, we're just gonna kill ourselves for medical research, see what happens. It's like, whoa. I don't know if, a bit spooky. I liked it though.
You liked it.
And
we should make I want to make a movie where it's like some dystopian society, and the catch is that like if you vote for like somebody like Trump or refuse to get vaccinated, believe in like QAnon, you pretty much just forfeit your body to science, and they put you in a camp and they can just experiment on you.
No,
as like a cure. What?
Look, it's tempting, but even I can't believe I'm about to say this, but even COVID idiots have a right to be COVID idiots because you got to give people free choice, and if they choose to believe that shit, it's like I'm then free to mock them and stay away from them and not listen to them, but I wouldn't try to force them to not think that way. There you go.
Well, maybe we should
but no.
Have a policy where they wake up in the middle of the night and they found out that they were abducted and they were given a vasectomy or like they had their tubes tied so they can't reproduce.
No, that's no. That's
it's a movie though. Right?
Yeah,
way too far. Yeah, no, don't want to.
It's not reality. Right?
Don't see it.
It would be like 1984 or like Soylent Green. It's like a dystopian society.
Yeah, I just
imagine making a movie like that where you suggested people that thought about just in this current environment, America would just be like this smoking fucking crater a week after that movie was released. Everyone and blow it up. Everything would be blown up. It'd be a free for all. Fucking mad. No,
dude, that's going to be the book that I write. Like, I'm going to have it so all the prisons are segregated, where like all the left-handed people are in one prison, all the right-handed people are in one prison, like all the left-handed bald people are in one prison. So we're very specific with all the parameters in which we segregate the prisoners, and it eliminates crime in prison. And then we're going to do that if people are stupid. They just wake up and found out that they were given a forced vasectomy. Or like their tubes tied or whatever. So that's going to be my dystopian society.
You just want to mess with people's junk by the sounds of it, John. You're a bit fixated on people's junk.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want people to have fun with their junk. That's the moral of your story, isn't it? Don't have fun with your junk.
We'll do a little more ethical eugenics where they get to live, they get to enjoy their life, but they don't pass their genes along. So it's a little selective breeding.
There's two fucking words you will not hear to go together very fucking often. Ethical eugenics. Welcome to Ethical Eugenics 101 with John Morgan.
Yes.
Take it away, John. All right. Eugenics is not ethical. Thanks for attending the lesson. Oh, shit. Ethical eugenics. I want to start a band and just call it that just for the shock value. I want to get banned from places just because the name of my band is Ethical Eugenics. And I think I could get it done. I love it.
Ethical eugenics would be like you need to create some like religion, some fake religion, so pretty much like all religions. And you trick, because stupid people are attracted to religion, you fool all the stupid people. Like part of the religion is like you got to get a vasectomy. You got to get your tubes tied. So that way, all the stupid people who buy into this like new religion, they all like prevent themselves from reproducing.
Well, there you go.
It's the same way like religion encourages people to get circumcised. Like that's their version of circumcision. They get their vasectomies, and there you go. They don't pass on their genes. That's ethical eugenics, and they do it willingly.
Ethical eugenics, but it's a book on how to cook delicious pastries and cakes. That'd be a good one. Welcome to Ethical Eugenics. What the fuck? And he's like, don't worry, we're just learning how to bake cakes and cookies and pastries. It's all good. Wasn't that called Mein Kampf? No, there's actually another book written by an American senator that's basically the American version of Mein Kampf. And I read about 3 pages of this book, and it is the only book I've ever burnt. I got this fucking book and I worked out what it was, and it was basically when the Nazis were a thing in America, and this motherfucker started going, have you ever seen a blue jay breed with a crow? And he just started making all of these horrible fucking examples of like, have you ever seen a cow breed with a dolphin? And it's like, what the making stupid statements like that. And he says, well, why should the white man breed with the black man? It's like, what the fuck am I reading? Burn. I'll go back in there and fucking start going, what? Don't ever give me that fucking shit again. And he laughed. He said, oh, it's just fucking with you, dude. Don't worry. I said, what'd you do with the book? And I said, I fucking burn it. And he went, good. I didn't go back to that bookshop ever again. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. And now that I look back, you know what sort of mustache he had? He had a fucking little Hitler mode, this bastard.
I can't believe people ain't tipping it. John made that cool ass offer. Fuck
Yeah, why aren't you tipping, Shab?
Come on, Shabby.
John said for every tip up until we make the goal, 300, he will give 20 for every tip up until we make the goal. So, tip.
Yeah, I wanted to make a bit of a statement in my own mind as rejecting the concept that was written in that book utterly, totally, and so it would never be shared with another human mind. That particular copy of that book, obviously other copies of the book still existed. I was just doing my part in my brain to make myself feel better, and utterly destroying that book with that ugly concepts and the disgusting things that were written in it. I'm totally down with it. It's the only one I've ever done it to. Every other book that I don't read anymore, you know what I do with it? I go and donate it to a charity so it can be read by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But that book, that was never going to be read by another person ever again.
Well, in Fahrenheit 451, they burn books because all the houses are fireproof. And how else will the firemen get their job? I mean, they don't have like firemen to like put out house fires because houses are fireproof. So they need something to do. They'd be out of work.
No, that, like I said, it's the only book I've ever done it to, and it was definitely a symbolic gesture for my own benefit. Just my little teenage rebellious brain. I reject this concept in this book so totally and utterly. I will now destroy this book.
You know, I didn't like the HBO movie they made of that book either. I didn't like the movie too much.
They made a movie on Fahrenheit.
Yep, HBO.
Oh
did.
my god,
it wasn't very good.
Yeah, this American senator, I forget the guy's name because he was just He didn't try and hide it. He was a fucking racist and a fucking Nazi. And he didn't give a fuck. Well, he's definitely a racist. Don't know about the Nazi part, but I'm going to assume that was the same time period where Nazis were getting a nanoscopic bit of traction with some form of support from some people. And yes, there's video of Nazi rallies in America, and they actually stage things at some of them to try and make a certain ethnicity look bad by blaming the staged event on certain ethnicity, but it all came out later on that it was staged and bullshit. Yeah, again, it's the only book I've ever burnt. I have not made a habit of it, and this was like, fuck, I hadn't even turned 20 then, so I'm 48 now. It was a while ago.
Well,
I highly recommend donating books to charity as long as they're not things like Mein Kampf and this bunch of bullshit that this bloke read or anything similar. You be the judge of your own book's fate, though, of course.
I know, like, now that like the Taliban took over like in Afghanistan, I've been like reading about the origins of them. And like one of the things they did when they took over is they pretty much started like they were burning down video stores, burning down bookstores. They were just destroying, like they were outlawing like even like photographs and stuff like that, magazines. So
yeah,
it's
music was outlawed, TV was outlawed.
Yeah.
What happened was after the Taliban rousted after 2001, the villagers went out to where the radios and shit were buried in the fucking deck and dug them all up and started using them again. But like I said, there's been a little bit of a change. They aren't just sweeping through the place and grabbing every motherfucker that they don't like and executing them. They're showing restraint. Now, there's still some shit going down, but compared to what they used to get up to, last time I looked, women were still allowed on the national broadcaster to present news, and they've publicly stated that as long as it's within the framework of Sharia, that they encourage women to not only work but join government. So let's just see if they're going to have their Sinn Féin moment and actually stop being really hardcore and become somewhat moderate.
Wait, did you see the videos of them like having fun at the amusement parks?
There's Landon.
Look, I remember seeing the dude that ran an Islamic State with a fucking Rolex on it worth more than my old fucking house. It was on his wrist. It might have been Photoshop, but I don't doubt it because there was many photos of him wearing that fucking Rolex. So,
hello, Landon. How are you doing, buddy? And thank you I will give my best compliments tomorrow.
Hey, Landon. Yeah, the leadership of the Taliban has been in Qatar, and they're not exactly slumming it while they're over there. Right?
Yeah, Qatar's like super rich.
Yep. So the bottom line is it's about time we let Afghanistan decide its own fate. Not only us, Russians were there before we went over there to try and do stuff. Let's just let them do their own thing, and hopefully it works out, and the Afghan people can join the global community and start building their society up from the fucking. It's basically in the dust right now.
Yep. Anyways, real quick, let me try to show this again. For every tip, John Morgan will give $20 up until the $300 goal is made. I don't think we're gonna make too many shit since he offered that. So, and we ain't got we got like 20 minutes left of this stream. So, please tip. Please tip.
The British were there before the Soviets. I need to look back and
they had the Anglo-Afghan wars, and Britain actually tried to take over Afghanistan on like 3 occasions, and then the Soviets came in and tried to annex them, and they failed. The U.S. went in and tried to tame the place for 20
not
years.
Just the U.S. It was a whole bunch of motherfuckers went in there.
Yeah, NATO. So I mean, it's like Vietnam. It's just the geography. It's like you can't annex it. They'll hide out in the mountains. They'll hide out in the rainforests. Yeah.
Here's what the Taliban said. The West had watches, we had the time. And they just sat up in the fucking mountains and waited for fucking 20 years, or sat in Qatar waiting. And they just waited. Because they know they've seen this cycle. How many fucking times now? Generations of them have seen foreign invaders come in there, think they're having a fucking good time of it, only to work out, oh shit, this is a lot harder than we first estimated, and then go home again. And it's how many more fucking times do we want to do that, or do we want to let the Afghan people sort out their own fucking affairs and give them a fucking chance to join a world community? Because they now realize that they're part of a globe, and that they're going to benefit from being a part of the global community, other than being an isolated fucking. They saw what happened to Islamic State. They're not stupid. These guys are smart. They outfoxed the American. They outfoxed NATO. All of the dudes that you guys have been trying to kill for 20 years have been sitting in Qatar and other places in Pakistan going, and now they're all home.
We don't fail, motherfucker.
As of this week, they're all back home in fucking Afghanistan, standing in the presidential palace going, where'd you all go? Let's talk about building our country up. And where'd the president go? He fucked off. Where the deputy president, he fucked off too. And he's declared himself the interim president because the other guy chickened out and ran away and didn't fight. But hold on, you also fucking piss bolted, mate. Yeah, I think the guys that are standing in the presidential palace are now in control of Afghanistan. You can flap your gums from the United Emirates all you like, but at the end of the day, the guys standing in the presidential palace in Kabul, they're running the show now. So maybe we should acknowledge that and ask them, would you like to have a chat about helping rebuild your society that we kind of destroyed over the last 20 years? Our bad. Sorry about that. What can we do to help to fix it? Maybe.
Yeah, we should have left many years ago, though. It should have been,
Yeah. I looking back now, I'm of the opinion that it was probably a bad idea, and it was all about where are the weapons of mass destruction. It all stemmed from that shit. The non-existent weapons of mass destruction that Saddam had, and then it was like, oh, the Taliban are there. We're going to go and blow them up.
It actually started with Reagan, though.
Wait, is that a void sock? Because it's like, fuck off with your biased, shitty opinion, Gene. What biased opinion? And then he says, look up a picture of autism, and you'll see, or look up autism, you'll see a picture of John. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that's not the real Void. We can get rid of him.
Void's a prick anyway. I'm joking.
Yeah, Bin Laden was living
Void
it up.
likes Gene, the real Void.
Oh, God, that's why he's a prick now.
Bin Laden was found in a town where basically the Pakistanis train the brass of their military. It was a military town. They fucking so knew he was there, holed up in that place. And I saw the interview with the Pakistani Prime Minister sitting there with John Stewart. We did not know he was there. And John's going, are you sure? And look, John Stewart is just trolling this guy because John Stewart just doesn't believe. He's, are you sure you didn't know he was there? And no, we did not know he was there. It's like, oh, I reckon you might. I was going, no, we had no idea. It was fucking great. So yeah. Look, here's the good thing. We won't have to have any more fucking goddamn cargo planes dropping off fucking coffins draped in American flags. That's going to stop.
But the thing is, like, we were there for like
a good thing.
2 decades. We wasted like trillions of dollars, and it was just all for nothing. It's kind of like all that money. What could we have done with that money when you think about it? And
let's try and put a positive spin on it. You bought Afghanistan enough time for the Taliban to become somewhat less militant and destructive in their ways, and at least this time when they took control of the place, they didn't leave behind smoking craters and holes with TVs and radios in them, and women being married off to fighters. That as far as I know, that's a pretty big difference in the way they operate. So fingers crossed, they're more moderate and they want to be part of a global community. I'll shut up about it now. I've said way too much.
That's like Afghanistan, like before, like so essentially like all the women and children fled to Pakistan on the border, and they were indoctrinated in these schools where pretty much they became the Taliban, and they had much more draconian like Islamic policy. Before that, they were more like they followed Islam in a less draconian manner, and because like 70% of its landmass is like mountains, and it roughly has the same surface areas like France, it pretty much was all these small villages, and the land was pretty much untouched. And I mean, it looked pretty like beautiful and quaint and everything. So Soviet Union really destroyed like the tranquility of that particular region.
Real quick, we got a $10 tip from Billy Boy. Said one more for the road. Good monks of the pimp. Thank you.
Thanks, dude. You rock.
Yeah.
No, Skep's got a point. Like, the drone shoot. Yeah, better the devil you know. Who knows? But I was just trying to put a positive spin on. At least it go. You know, they're not as militant as they were. I'm trying to put a positive spin on 20 years of fucking war. Mission impossible. Like I said, hopefully they've changed enough where they're way less militant, way more fucking interested in doing business and rebuilding their fucking country. Because I think if you sat these guys down and asked them and you took all of the fucking political shit out of them and said, what's your biggest goal? It's just to rebuild my country and stop having wars waged in it. And I think that's a pretty fair ask. It's like, could you please stop using our fucking country as a proxy fucking war zone to test out your latest toys? We're tired of it. You've been doing it to us for generations.
Plus, like with a lot of places that were colonized, like Afghanistan was made up of a bunch of like separate like villages and tribes, and they didn't view themselves as one nation state. So it's just like drawing all these unnatural borders, and it's like, could you really consider Afghanistan as like being colonized? Like I know the three countries that technically were never colonized by European power were Liberia, Thailand, and Ethiopia. So Afghanistan, I always thought it was part of the Ottoman Empire, but apparently Britain laid claim to it, which is why they tried to go in multiple times. But they never really created any settlements in Afghanistan. So I don't know if you could really say that they were colonized.
Yeah, a $5 tip from. I don't want to say the name. It's on PayPal. I don't want to say their name.
Thank you for the tip.
Yeah. And John Morgan just gave 20 and said at least what did it say? Said at least the Taliban aren't Shabisky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skep's made a really good point though. Militarily, you might not have had the massive victory you're looking for in Afghanistan, but culturally, the world's fucking getting westernized. Like, you go and look at what's happened in China and Korea. It's this mix of American and Asian cultures that have turned into their own little flavor thing. But it's definitely got a lot of influence from, and vice versa. We've taken a little bit of like anime culture and combined it into Western culture now. And that's a really good point, that the culture war, I think America's fucking really like in the lead by a country mile. It's like McDonald's, Coca-Cola, you know, that shit's fucking everywhere. I can go to it's one of the only places I can go anywhere in the world and probably safely eat the food is a McDonald's store, because they've all got that standard that's they've got to keep to, or else they don't get to be a McDonald's. So that's a really good point.
People starving to death, now everyone's going to die of cardiac or cardiovascular disease. Yes, fair trade.
Yeah, but everyone knows what a fucking Harley Davidson is. Everybody, you know, that's the culture war, and that stuff's permeated across the fucking globe, man.
Yeah. Let's see. We got 10 minutes. For every tip, John will give 20 up until the go. Let me tell you what we've made so far. So John just gave another 20. So that's 40 right there. That's 50. And then I'll count what we made tonight. I'll just 60. Okay, wait. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, $90 we've made.
I think a lot of people realize that the American government's foreign policy isn't created by citizens. Like, my missus loves going to America because one thing about Americans is this: as soon as you say g'day and you show that you're friendly, they become incredibly generous, incredibly friendly people that invite, you know, at roadside diners, if make friendly conversation, the portion size just increases in front of you. They basically double you up and go, "Oh, you're from Australia, visiting," and they just fucking look after you. That's one thing about you. You guys are incredibly fucking hospitable people. To Australians anyway. I'm not sure about anyone, but every time my missus has gone over there, and she's traveled all around the states, most of the states now, you guys are incredibly hospitable and friendly.
What's Shabisky?
I said most of us hate Australians.
Yeah, Australians are kind of annoying.
You just
Yeah.
got lucky.
No, well, look, the missus and her sisters have been over several times, and they keep going back and staying longer and longer each time. Next time she's going over for 3 months. She's booked 6 weeks at a cabin in Yellowstone or something. You know, and
So-
Yellowstone.
Is
Yeah.
this the real Void? Like, was the previous Void account, was that confirmed to be a sock?
I don't know. Whoever it is can fuck off. If it is void, I don't know. Who
Hmm.
cares? they were being stupid. Whoever it is.
Yeah, I think that most people can sort of put a little bit of a space between American foreign policy that's dictated by the government of the day and citizens of America. It's kind of like the difference between me putting shit on the Chinese Communist government. I'm not putting shit on Chinese citizens. They haven't fucking done anything to annoy me. Actually, they prepare very delicious food. And you don't have to pay very much to get a really big feed of really good food. Yeah, Chinese people are cool. Not a fan of the Chinese Communist government and the way they tend to do business. And there's a difference. I'm not hating on Chinese people, just not a fan of the Chinese government's foreign policy.
Yeah, another 5 from that random person. I can't say the names. It's on paper.
Oh, you are
Yeah.
awesome sauce.
Yeah. I think I know who it is, though. But I ain't gonna say it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so
Grandma.
yeah, there's. I
My
think that
grandma.
I think most people
I
around
don't
the
know
world
why
can,
that's it for me.
can see the difference.
I like.
And there's a reason John Cena and all that did that. It's because it's
John
kind of
who?
weird how John Cena.
I was say you said singer.
Cena. I said Cena.
Learn how to
Cena.
talk.
Whatever.
Fucking Australian.
I can't see you. Shut up, cockknuckle.
Why do y'all add R's to words that aren't supposed to be there?
Because I'm retarded.
what the hell?
Whoops.
Whoa!
Oh, it's
Beat
a
his
no-no
ass,
word.
John Morgan.
Oh,
My God,
no.
I'm triggered. We're gonna have to kick him.
See,
No.
that thing we talked about earlier where shit just slips out sometimes because we're old and that just happened. Sorry, folks.
Dude,
Well,
there's
that's
no
because
excuse.
I am talking
old.
about myself, so don't get so offended.
I have a zero tolerance policy towards ableist language. We're gonna have to kick Red Eye.
Oh well,
Um,
go on. Kick me
kick
out,
him
Shad.
I won't be able to
Face.
recover from this emotionally.
You
Kick
better
him in
put
the
me in the
fucking
gulag,
head.
Shad. Shad, put me in the gulag.
All right, let's keep him in there for a little bit. Talk shit about him to really teach him a lesson, because he can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Yeah, he's been so
Dude, he's
handicapped mentally.
he's super that. What do you think, Gene? Say something bad about it.
Say something really bad about him, Gene.
Red Eye is the apex of bigots.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't even know what just got said.
He's the spectacle of bigots.
All right. I think he learned his lesson.
Well, shit. I'm fired. I'm cancelled.
That's so.
Hashtag cancel Red Eye.
Damn.
Fired from a cannon into the sun.
Why is it okay to say dumbasses but not the R word?
I don't understand it either, and I'm just lucky that usually when I make that mistake, I'm referring to myself because then it would be a lot worse if I was referring to other people. So that, sorry, I just fucked
And
up.
You're supposed to call them these cognitively disabled dumb fucks. You're not supposed to call them the R word.
Whoa.
Oh,
See, that's the politically correct vernacular.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Bitch boy got timed out.
Damn. Everyone's
Yeah.
going down. It's just like
Everyone
Can't-
get in trouble.
John owes me $500 now.
just
Yeah.
cancel the internet at this point. It's the safest thing. to
I
do.
think John's gonna go ahead and let me have me make this go tonight, and then I'll hug his dick.
You'll kiss his dick and hug it.
No, well, I'll French kiss his asshole.
Oh, dude, that's fucking hot.
Seems unsanitary.
It is.
Seems
That,
very
that is
unsanitary.
that was definitely a John Morgan statement, though. That seems
Yeah.
unsanitary.
That's very unsanitary. I must say.
Oh God.
We've got 5 minutes.
Well, I know you're our Lord and Savior, that joke.
Skip
I
a
heard John
skip a
Cena
bit.
was in
Wait a minute,
Suicide.
Did
I
you
just
just say
I'm in
skip a
shock.
bit?
I just went because I'm about to read the joke. It's like I heard John Cena was in Suicide Squad, but I couldn't see him. It's like, oh my god, no.
By the way, John has been mentioned. By the way, I do want to say that John has been mentioned every tip. You know, he's matched everyone so far. Well, not matched him, but gave him 20. Red Eye is poisoning the words purity with his ableist rhetoric.
Whoa, wow.
And
Damn,
and the other one I forgot to read. He said we should do a meetup in Afghanistan. That's
Yeah, why not?
Gangster.
Yeah.
They banned kite flying in Afghanistan.
so how much
It's too
do we
fun.
need? Let me see how much
And
we
I
need.
find it kite flying to be boring, so clearly they got things figured out there.
No, you need to get one of those kites that can do tricks. They're fucking cool fun to fly. I used to have one with the kids. Big
We
long
made
tail on it.
115. We need whatever.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we need to make that 300.
Yep.
And it's good. I'm very proud of it's most of the main while, but we need 300. Gotta have it.
Yeah. Thank you
But-
very much for your generosity,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. We
Appreciate
got
it.
3 minutes. I think Shabisky, fuck. I
My
can't
name's
talk.
Shabisky.
I
That's my
can't
name.
Shabubski? Shatitsky? Shasnat
Boopy.
Shabba
Shatwatsky?
labba ding dong.
Shabutsky? So many
I'm
possibilities.
Dabisky. I take big fat dabs.
Is Haram Boku Haram? No?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, listen. We're all sinful because we've had education in the West because Western education is sinful. Yeah.
It's true.
According to the guys with AK-47s that are regularly abduct schoolgirls. That's because that behavior is perfectly acceptable in your society, but getting a good education in the West, you fucking sinners. My bad. Sorry.
My bad.
Just send me that Kalashnikov and I'll wander off down to the local girls' school and grab myself a busload. I won't last very long because the authorities over here will probably shoot me from a helicopter. But I'll be doing God's work.
Landon said go a few more minutes for tips. I will. I don't know about these guys. I will.
I'm gonna hang around like a fart. I'm gonna hang around like a bad smell, just wafting around in the background. Like,
I just
what's
got
that
to
stench? What's that smell? It's like,
it's already almost 1:30 here.
is that a fart or is that just red eye? No, could it be both? Did red eye fart? Maybe. See, the sooner we get to the 300, the sooner you shut me up too. That's the added bonus.
Yeah.
Landon's just feeling angry. He's just punching people out in chat. Knocking another person out.
Man.
He's sitting in the corner with his bottle of whiskey, just swigging from it. When people walk up to him, he just knocks them the fuck out. It's like, dunk. Damn. I think I might join his Islamic jewelry to find out.
I read Morgan's message wrong earlier. I said words that he meant. He said poison the world's period, not words. Period.
Oh. Wow,
I'm
thanks.
stupid. I can't read.
If that big block of stuff that they're walking around in Mecca is actually hash, it's like I could be persuaded to hang out there.
I think the big block in Mecca is like the Observer from 2001 Space Odyssey. You know, like the black brick.
Interesting.
You guys are lying.
You guys are fucking lying.
Does it have like Inception horns going and doing weird shit now and again, just randomly?
Yes.
Burn to the mind.
And it turns people into giant space fetuses.
Aw. Yes, Kitty, I will obey.
Shab strangling his cat.
Kitty's telling me what to do.
Kitty's her.
Shit.
Kitty
Make a
just
noise,
said,
Kitty.
transfer all
Go
your
meow.
assets into my name. Okay,
Go
Kitty.
meow, Kitty. Go meow.
Kitty.
You
Kitty.
need to learn how to talk on the stream. Everyone will love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look how cute he is.
Kitty.
He's a mini panther.
Yeah, absolutely. No boogies.
He's like, what are you making me stare at? What's that thing you always talk to? He probably thinks like you're just talking to the wall all day, like his owner's broken.
He thinks I'm fucking crazy. But he's like, he's crazy, but he's my crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, when your cat talks to other cats, because my human gets on the short bus. So what? Leave my human alone.
My human has no friends and just sits there and talks to the computer all day. I don't know what the fuck his problem is.
He talks to the shiny light box.
Yeah, that's what I was. He talks to the box.
Talks to the box all day.
I wonder what our animals think. Like, Rosie was just watching me the other day, sitting here talking, and I bet she was thinking, "What is this stupid fat fucker doing?" And like, what is he doing?
Yeah. I'm thinking of getting a Savannah cat, and Janie shamed me on my stream for like purchasing a cat instead of adopting.
Yeah, she should have, and you should go down and adopt.
Well, adopting is
rescue cat.
Yeah, but you don't get like a cool cat like Savannah.
You get a cat that's gonna fucking be grateful for its home, and it will still shit all over your stuff and destroy everything you own.
Rescue animals are usually awesome.
Make no mistake, cats will fucking ruin your furniture. They will shit on your stuff. You will end up with fur on everything you fucking own. But now and again, cats come through, and when you fucking just sitting there and the cat will come up and do something and go meow or make a noise or want a pat, and it's kind of worth having around. Plus, they can get mice and stuff if your cat's so inclined. Some cats just look at mice and go and let the mice run past them because they're lazy.
Yeah, another 5 from that one person. And she says this is the last one she can do. So.
Thank you very much, Lee. Very kind.
Yeah. I now know who this is too, but I can't. She doesn't want to be. Yeah.
That's fine. None of our business.
She's a whore. I'm joking.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
Yes, Chairman Mao is getting
Dude,
very old.
I think that I got this morning I was doing a stream and there was this female coming. He used to come in all the time back in the day, but she had a boyfriend. Her boyfriend used to come in with her. Well, she came in today. She's like, me and my boyfriend broke up, and she said, but I guess I hear that you're with Luna now. And I'm like, you came in here to hook up with me.
Well, you're a married man now, Pimp.
Yeah.
Oh. Can't go around doing that no more. Luna will cut your pecker off and pickle it.
It's already cut off.
Pickle pecker.
I think they goddamn when they took my foreskin, I think they took my dick and left the foreskin.
That could have happened. They might have just lopped the whole lot off and went, oh shit, and then snipped off the foreskin and then sewed that back on and went, it's going to have to do.
Little head too.
Yeah, just squished a bit up, went, yeah. I went, that'll do.
Now I don't think that chick was actually interested in me. I think she was just asking because she hadn't been around in a while. But she may have wanted to fuck me. I don't know. Shabisky wants to fuck me.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, Shabisky wants to fuck everyone.
You're a hunk.
No, he doesn't. He's not a whore, John. He's not a whore.
Yeah, dirty
He
whore.
always talks about fucking me. He's always sexually assaulting me.
Yeah, but he does. It makes you uncomfortable, John. That's why.
Shabby, you're a hoe. A dirty hoe.
Dirty
You're a hunk,
whore.
Jane.
A
You're a
hoe.
hunk of burning love. You know this, Jane.
No, John, we've established that John just wants people to experience pain in their genitals because he doesn't like people having pleasure.
I think less people need to breed.
Landon wants to stick his finger in my asshole.
Ethical eugenics with John Morgan. Welcome to the show.
Yes, I think breeding should be a privilege, not a right.
No, I think, yeah. I don't think it should be anything. I think we need to stop breeding. We need to fuck, but not breed.
Wouldn't it be good if governments paid you a little bit of an incentive not to have kids, just to take the pressure off the population and the environment. It's like, listen, because it's actually one of the most beneficial things you can do for the environment to save on carbon emissions. All that is not have a kid.
Expensive designer bred animals' lives matter, said John. He gave another 20.
Oh, John.
Yeah.
Yes.
You should get an ocelot or something exotic then.
Damn, Void hates me all of a sudden.
Oh, Void. Show John some love. Give him some belly kisses. Come on, buddy. Come on, Void. You got this.
I thought you loved me, Void. I thought I was your number. I thought you were my number one fan.
Give John the belly kisses.
I tell you what, we're going to go a few because I did say I would, but we can't go too much longer because Shabisky may want to stream and I'm tired.
Yeah, Shab and I are supposed to stream Intolerance tonight on my Patreon.
Yeah. Don't admit that. You're going to be intolerant on your stream tonight. Jesus.
No, we're not going to be intolerant. The movie Intolerance, which is a silent film from 1917.
No, don't be intolerant on your stream. You should tolerate silent films, man. Don't be intolerant. Come on.
Yeah, John. Goddamn.
Shabby, are you sure you want to associate with this gentleman? He's so intolerant.
What gentleman? I don't know even who you're talking about. What are we talking about? Someone?
Sorry,
I don't see anybody.
I
don't see anybody.
My bad.
Dude, I love picking on Gene.
He's always bullying me.
You're a bitch, Gene.
If I bully anyone, blame Shab because he's always bullying me.
Gene is a bitch.
Yeah, I need to find a way to raise my self-esteem somehow.
Yeah, look, John, you upset Void by saying that religious people are mostly stupid. Now, if you'd be just give Void some belly kisses and he go, sorry, Void.
That's a Void thing to do.
I didn't know Void was religious.
He's gotten mad at me for it, but I just,
give him belly kisses. Can't go, sorry, Void.
Well, Void,
happy.
Did you know that in the United States, there is a correlation between illiteracy and church attendance?
Not helping, John.
Statistics.
John, do the belly kiss thing. Just go, I'm sorry. Just try that.
Did you know that 93% of scientists, Void, are atheists?
John.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry.
Abort, John. Pump the brakes, John.
Man, fuck Void.
Just go, sorry, Void.
And
he'll be happy. See? That's how you make Void happy. You ask him, you want to fuck, baby? And he'll go, oh, yeah. He'll be all happy.
I don't even know why Void apologized to me. Why didn't he apologize to me?
I'm so lusciously sorry.
I'm not, don't really give a shit. I don't even know what he did. I haven't been paying attention to these people.
I'm just talking absolute nonsense at this point.
Void, did you know that statistically, the higher a person's education level is, the less religious they are? God, I'm an asshole. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are.
I'm sorry, Void. I know I'm a piece of shit.
I'm not gonna make John tip. I'm not gonna make John give $20 for $1. I'm not gonna do it.
I think you should. He promised that he would. He's a man of his word.
No, I'm not.
I'm going to make him do that. Do it, John, or Shabisky gets it. Right in the butthole.
Oh yeah. No.
Oh, no.
No. Don't do that.
Don't do my booty.
Skeptical Jesus is like, you need to respect people's stupid beliefs, John. Damn, that's mean, Skeptical Jesus.
That's great. Oh, my God.
Shit.
That's fucking beautiful.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
Got someone hammering something upstairs.
well, tell him to fucking stop.
Wait,
Go
there
hammer
now
them
Void,
until they stop.
hell is a myth. There's no such thing as hell.
They could be killing whatever it is we're supposed to be eating for dinner later, so I'm not stopping them. Yep, they're murdering something. That's something being impaled on the wall. It's like
Murdering things is fun
and delicious.
See, and Void, that's one of the wonderful things about not believing in hell. Like, you can murder things for fun like Shabisky, and you don't have to be concerned about going to hell. It's one of the wonderful things about being an atheist. You don't have to have morals or values. Because apparently you can't have them if you aren't religious.
Yeah.
Or you can just say fuck your religion.
So you can bully people and you don't have to worry about God getting mad at you.
I don't really give a fuck about God. Are you?
God's an ass.
Here's the awesome thing about the Christianity thing, right? You rock up to that church on a Sunday, head into that little confessional, and you just rattle off all the shitty things you did all week. It's like, did this, did that, did this, bada boom, bada bing, and the priest goes, a couple of Hail Marys and forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
It would be kind of funny.
You're good to go.
It'd be kind of funny to just go in there and just say the wildest shit ever without going like too far, where they have to call the cops. Like, I cheated on my wife with my sister.
They don't call the cops.
Just keep on say all sorts of crazy shit and see what their reaction is.
Confessional in this country is protected, and I believe in America to even be a more protected fucking thing, where you could go into a confessional on, if I get this wrong, in America, someone please correct me, but I'm assuming that in America,
you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Okay.
I'd go in and I'd be like,
you could confess a murder to a fucking priest and they will not go to the police. They will encourage you to go to the fucking police very strongly, but they will not. They are. That's between you, the priest, and God, and no one else.
Well, I'm going to go tell them that I murder people all the time then. That'll be awesome.
Because in Australia, there's recently been in court that they tried to compel priests to inform about child sex offenders. And the Catholic priests are kind of refusing to do so. Even here, and we'll probably create laws that throws those fuckers in jail because we've kind of had a gutful of them doing that sort of shit down here. So I don't know about America, but I'm assuming that would be a very strong protection under your Constitution, is that the priest would keep confessional between you, him, and God.
What a wonderful religion.
I do believe that's how it works in most countries, actually, unless there are specific laws that state the priests have to come forward.
Yeah, Shab and I, we should do streams where we go to like confession booths and we like film it, and we're like, like my wife, I took a chainsaw and I cut off her arms and legs and beat her with it.
I might Google this shit and find out.
That'll be awesome. I can't wait.
Can't wait to do it or just confess.
My child, Lucifer, told me to strangle my child and hide the body in my backyard.
That's neat.
Yeah.
It's neato, Frito. I don't know what.
Neato. Neato.
Well,
I may have been wrong. So from 1936 to 64, the Supreme Court reversed numerous state and federal convictions on the grounds that the confessions on which they were based had been obtained through coercive methods. Actually, no, I might be right. That violated the defendant's due process rights.
God damn it, I lit my filter.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of it.
Shut up! No.
No.
I'm talking to Red, I'm talking to Shabisky.
Yeah, Shab never
he's lit like 20 cigarette filters in the last week. Oh, damn it.
I do, man. And when I smoke these fucking lights.
I did another one. Oh, my God. Beat him up, Red Eye.
All right. I think you might have to look at every state. I think that's how this is going to work, is per state. And then there'll probably be a rule under federal law as well for the federal court system. But I am not sure, because America's such a fucking hodgepodge that it's probably going to vary from state to state. I'm guessing.
Stop saying hodgepodge.
Okie dokie.
Don't say okie dokie.
Okie
dokie, Smokey.
Gonna run out of
really,
fucking
John
dumb
Morgan?
shit to say.
Wait a minute. Really, John Morgan?
What?
Okie dokie smoky.
Yes, okie dokie artichoke.
Oh, god damn. That's the most
What? Cringe.
the cacacity of you.
What was that?
John Vega.
Okay.
Give $5 tips to John Morgan, give another 20. Then Landon give a 50-cent tip. So I just turned down $1 tip. We can't do that. I only told Landon to give 50 cents because Landon don't tip. We can't tip.
Okay. I
He's
Found a-
awesome Patreon.
Found a basic answer. So what happens in a church confession stays in church confession, right? Generally speaking, yes, but not always. Statements made to a minister, priest, rabbi, or other religious leader are generally considered privileged or confidential communications. State laws generally exempt a pastor from having to testify in court or to law enforcement about what was discussed in a church confession. The so-called priest penitentiary privilege, however, can be challenged in court, and some states are changing their laws in response to a rash of clergy child abuse cases, just like Australia. So you adapt your laws when necessary. Americans' courts began to recognize a church's confession priest penitentiary privilege in 1813. Okay, so this
1813.
the case involved Irish Catholic refugees in New York City and held that church conversion could not be used in court. 15 years later, New York passed the nation's first law establishing priest penitentiary privilege. All 50 states now have similar statutes on the books. Okay, so generally yes, but not always would be the answer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Shabisky, show me your nipple. You're muted,
You,
buddy.
you're muted, and it's probably better that you stay that way. I'm kidding. I love you.
Hi,
Hi.
my name is Shabisky.
Hi, Shabisky.
Nice to meet you.
Wow.
I'm scared to show my nipple. My nipple is weird looking.
I heard it
Huge
like,
and weird.
I heard it like a slice of bologna with a Tic Tac on top.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, dude.
I heard that your nipple is shaped like the island of Madagascar. Is that true? Your left nipple?
No, actually, the island of Madagascar is shaped like my nipple. It's the other way around.
Oh.
I apologize.
Man, you better be sorry, fucking robot.
Fucking
Yes.
robot.
Fight me naked.
John Vega gave $5 and said, "Here's your money, man. Sorry, it's a little sticky." Oh God.
Whoa, John, can you disinfect that, or at least run it under the tap for a minute? Wow, come on, man.
Here, John Vega. Here.
Damn.
This is what you do. Here, oh wait a minute. I'm probably fucking stupid for doing this, but yeah, I'm stupid.
Yep. Yeah, that's. Rest in peace, camera.
No, it's like wiping it down with a wet rag.
Goodbye, camera.
No, it's
Pimp shorts out. It's fine. It's fine. Said Pimp as it shorts out and bursts into flames.
Penis.
Oh shit!
What?
What? Oh,
What's on your
sorry.
mind, Shabby? What's
Just
on
You're
your
a
mind?
kitty.
Yeah, penis
That's-
is on my mind.
That'd be my cat. You want some yum cha?
Chairman meow.
Want yum cha? You want some yum cha?
Meow.
What are you doing, cat? You want some yum cha? What?
Why are you being a
What are you
name?
trying to say?
Wait, is that Red Eyes Cat?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's Chairman Meow, dude.
Hey, Chairman Meow. You don't know about Chairman Meow, Gene?
Do you wish to tell the audience on this stream about your ideals and how to run a government with your communist policies?
No.
Meow.
Yeah, she said if you got time. It's like, no, we haven't got time. Piss off, you furry bastard. There you go.
Fuck that fucking cat, man.
I'm not feeding you yet. It's not that time. No, you can't make me. I'm bigger than you.
John Morgan gave another 20 said, Void, did you know that there is a correlation between countries being higher in human development and having a smaller religious population?
I know. I'm kind of an asshole.
Kind
Kind
of.
of.
Come on, own that
Kind
shit,
of an
John.
asshole.
You are
Own
the
it, you
alpha
bastard.
asshole.
Kind of an asshole, Gene.
Kind of.
I'm slightly an asshole.
No, you're a fucking
I'm
bastard.
gonna have to go to
Gene.
confession and be like, I trolled somebody on the internet about statistics regarding how there's a correlation between being religious and kind of being less smart.
That's smart.
Damn, Gene.
And you forced me to say the R word. You should ask for forgiveness for that too. That was your fault, John. I want to blame you for that.
Well, Shab was bullying me, and it's Shab's fault because
It was just a
him
domino
bullying
effect
me.
of bullying.
Yeah.
And Pimp bullied Shabisky, and I bullied Pimp, but you bullied me.
Everybody been bullying me.
And then Chat bullied Shabisky. Said he had a small wiener.
I'm in a weakened state, and people are taking
Yeah.
advantage of it. It's fucking pissing me off. And when my weakened state's over, oh God, you motherfuckers in trouble.
See, my cat's being rather abusive right now.
I'm cussing everybody out. When I start to feel better, I'm cussing. I'm Shabisky. I'm cussing him out. I'm cussing John Morgan's mom out, his grandma.
I'm pretty sure that my cat just said that you had a small wiener, boss. But
Well, that cat's just being fucking honest.
Yeah, well, you know, Rose the kitty. That's a bit rude.
My dick looks like an inner tube plug.
Yeah, you know, it kind of looks like a miniature mole rat with no
What
teeth.
is this thing called?
I don't know. We call it a tit. Nipple.
I knew what you were
off a
talking
car
about.
tire.
Million gland.
What?
What? He's talking about on an inner
Oh, I
tube,
wasn't
the thing you
listening.
blow into.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
It's an
A
air valve.
nozzle? Is it a nozzle?
A breathalyte?
It's a valve.
A valve?
Yeah, air valve.
A valve?
Or a tit. Or a nipple.
I like tits.
Yeah. It's a titty valve. Nipply tit valve.
Nipply tit valve.
Oh, look out, they're murdering another animal. I've decided that we need to add more dead animal flesh to the meal, so something else is being brutally ended. Bludgeoned to death in our kitchen right now.
That's hot.
So we got 8 minutes, and we went 4
Damn.
hours tonight. That's longer
Jesus
than
Christ.
we normally go. So let's get a few quick tips in, and then we'll get close to the go. We're close anyway. We don't have to. We did pretty good. I appreciate what you did tonight, John. That was very kind.
Wait, so we got 8 minutes left. I thought we had 5 minutes left, like 40 minutes ago.
Remember, I told Landon said if we got a few more tips, we go over, and I did. So yeah. Shut the fuck up, John.
We keep our word.
We keep our
Shut
word
up,
around
Gene.
here, Gene.
Fucking bossy bitch.
Rosie,
What
do you think John Morgan should shut the fuck up?
Meow.
Yeah?
Meow.
Yeah? You reckon John
Yeah, you
should
should
shut the fuck up?
Meow.
I wish that cat would do like a longer like meow like we do. Yeah, meow. Yeah, meow.
Do it, kitty. Damn kitty.
Oh, she's circling
No, but,
me like a fucking shark.
When I went to like Memphis and Tennessee, my one
Wait
relative.
a minute. What did you just say? When I went to like Memphis and Tennessee?
No, in Tennessee.
Yeah, but
Like
what did
out-
you say? Why didn't you just say Memphis, Tennessee?
Well,
People know
well,
where
out-
Memphis is at.
Well, outside of Memphis. So I was visiting other parts of Tennessee
What
outside
part
of
of Tennessee was you in?
a part that was outside of Memphis, like in the
What
country.
part is it?
I forget. But they had sheep, and if you would baa at the sheep, they'd baa back. I wonder why I wonder why animals do that.
I wonder if anybody's ever gave a sheep a Baja Blast.
Hmm.
Like, Baja.
Dude, I want to pet sheep.
Damn, that was a bad joke.
Sheep are pretty cute.
Memphis is Tennessee.
Well, right now at the Melbourne Zoo, there is a couple of gay penguins that are now ready to. They foster eggs. I kid you not. When other penguins abandon their eggs, this fucking two males go and they've paired up. It's an illustration of about 5% of things in nature actually exhibit this behavior. So these two males that have been basically paired up for life, they fucking foster eggs, and they're at the Melbourne Zoo, and they've just made a big spectacle. I was like, you know, the gay penguins are fostering eggs at the Melbourne Zoo. Yay! It's like, oh, that's cool.
Well, fuck, dude. I got a shit.
Again?
Yeah.
Hold on. Can't take a shit.
We got like 5 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and end it.
Nah, keep going. Go and take a shit. We'll be here when you get back.
Anybody
Fuck it.
going to tip within 5 minutes?
How do you know? You're not a psychic. You can't see the future.
Oh, I'm telling you, they won't.
What if they do and you're wrong?
They're not.
What if you're wrong? What if God exists? What if God was one of us? Just an old dude on
Because
a
if I
bus.
keep it going and come back, I'm just gonna be angry at you. Then.
Well, that's all right. Everyone will be happy and they might donate just to see that spectacle of you fucking calling me an idiot because there's no donations. See where I'm going with this?
No.
Build it and they will come.
Suck it, it will come.
Build it and they will come. Just build a baseball field in the middle of a fucking corn patch.
You know what? They did. They played a baseball game the other day, and they played it in Idaho, right?
Yeah, the Field of Dreams.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Did you see that was cool? They built the corn out there, and then had Kevin Costner walk out. That was
I thought it was fucking epic to recreate that in these conditions. It was just.
It was cool. It was cool.
Something that wasn't unpleasant to see. So, all right, you might not have been a fan, but you know the reference to Field of Dreams, build it, they will come.
Yeah,
kind of bit of an iconic meme, and to do it for real, that's cool, man.
It was pretty cool. Which I love the movie, by the way. So, fucking love the movie.
Yeah.
The whole time, John was talking about the father.
No, but Void, I'm sorry that I've been like a meanie vagina head during the stream. Do you still love me, Void?
No.
You're a piece of shit, Gene.
Wait a minute. Billy Boy Blue gave $10. So don't be such a pessimist, Pam. If you build it, they will come.
See? So if you go and do a big poop and then come back,
When they give it 3 minutes, I'm just gonna hold it until the 3 minutes.
you can go and snap off a log in 3 minutes.
I'm just gonna hold it until
you're a highly trained pooper by this time.
I'm gonna shit in my underwear. God damn it.
He's gonna pinch it off. Poop bucket, professional.
By the way, I'm wearing underwear that's got little doggies all over it.
Oh, don't poop on those little dudes.
Want to
Come
see
on.
them?
No, we really don't. No, we don't. No.
Yeah, you do.
Oh God, here we go. Jesus Christ.
Make sure you pull them down.
There you go. Oh, don't poop on the little pooches.
Well, I'm glad I didn't make a mistake.
Like, here's my fat ass. Bloop.
Y'all didn't see no skid marks, did you?
No, it's all right. You didn't turn that far around. We're good. Oh, look, see, you're still friends, John. It's okay.
Nobody's
Good thing Void isn't a giant snowflake like a lot of other people I know. Like this Shabisky guy.
Come on. Just make peace with everybody.
What'd I do?
Give everyone a big hug. Give them belly kisses, John.
Yes.
Just say, I'm sorry, everybody, if I've rattled your cage and upset you. Let's be friends. And then sing the song. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Shabisky. My friend.
It's got quite a bit of vigor.
I was joining in.
He just come in with friend.
Honestly, I've been such a miserable fuck in the last several months, and I'm
Friend.
really glad that I'm in a really good mood today.
Friend.
My dick is in a better mood, bitch.
Yeah,
Slut.
I'm in a good
Slut,
mood. You
bitch.
want to fuck about it?
John Morgan said, give another 20 said, we need to end the stream. My butt is starting to hurt.
Yes.
Well, we got 1 minute, John.
We're out of here in 1 minute. You and your numb butt will be fucking freed in one
And
more
thank
minute.
you
John.
again, John, for what you
Yeah.
did.
I don't
Very
know how
generous,
truckers
John.
do it.
Appreciate it. No dose. It's called. It's no dose, and incredibly comfortable seats. I don't know if you've ever sat in a long range fucking vehicle like that, but those seats are fucking comfortable. Usually got like air cushions and shit, so you don't even really feel the road bumps and stuff. They're fucking comfortable, dude.
Don't they get? Yeah, but aren't they still at risk of getting like pressure ulcers and?
Yeah.
Well,
So
all
they
right,
have
guys.
shifts and
Time to go. Shabisky's a bitch. John Morgan's still an asshole. Red Eye's old and grumpy.
Triggered.
And I'm fucking amazing. And Landon stuck his thumb up a turkey's ass just for fun. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow, Friday. I have no idea who's going to be on the show. We was going to get somebody on the show, but she's still in trouble. So she wanted to come home, but she's still in trouble. So
sorry.
Yeah.
It's not my. Is it my fault? I hope it's not my fault.
it's Shabisky's fault.
Oh, thank fuck.
What I do? I'm the greatest.
9/11 was Shab's fault.
9/11
Yeah.
definitely was Shab's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was.
They
on
sent
purpose.
troops to Afghanistan and Iraq, and they
And
should
by the way,
just send
I
it to
want
Shab's place.
I want to publicly apologize to Egghead for the bullying John Morgan did tonight. That was
What?
wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But
Blame
Egghead,
Shab. Shab's
No.
pure pressured me into doing it.
Yeah, we're really sorry that John Morgan did that. But if you ever unfollow Shabisky again, Egghead, I'll be coming for you,
Yeah.
motherfucker. I'm coming for you.
See, Shab was upset that Egghead unfollowed him, and Shab's is like, "Hey, we're gonna
Don't
bully."
you think your ass was hurting? You keep talking.
What?
All right. We'll see.